Tough year last year with a lot of very close losses, but today is the first chance to erase all of it. The Saints start off with the number 4 team in the country in Morningside, a team that led the nation in total offense last year and second in total defense. We're about to find out where everything stands after a long offseason. Week number 1 of Saints football is next on the USF Saints Football Network.
Look out.
Anderson
Enjoy it.
With the steal. Anderson pushes it on the other end.
They're going long to Ruffin. It's in the air. On a dime to Ruffin. 20, 10, 5, touchdown.
Aaron on the other end pushes it down just inside the line.
Good afternoon. My name's Nick. I got Coach Lee Turnbow here, and it is game number 1 of the St. Francis football season. It's a long one. I know last year didn't go quite as everyone hoped it was going to go, but those close games, so many of those close games, and I think I read the stat that 3 of the 6 losses last year with 7 points or less. Talking from a coach's perspective, how does the offseason go after a season with so many close losses?
Well, it gives you something to work on, something to strive for. Plus, you got new guys coming into the program. You got opening day. You got great weather, a lot of excitement here. I'm looking forward to this one.
It's going to be a good one. Morningside's in town. They're the number 4 team in the country. But before we talk about them, let's pull in head coach Joe Curry. And, Coach, well, I asked him about the offseason generally. What was the offseason like for you guys?
Just a lot of work, just trying to refine the little things. You know, when you lose a lot of close games like we did last year, it's never one big thing. It's always just a couple little things that, if you just look back on it, a play here, a play there, little thing here, little thing there. If we fix those things, then we'd probably come out victorious. So just really refine on the little things, and then, you know, having our guys compete to finish it was a big thing. I felt like, you know, there were some games where we really didn't finish last year, and that's been a point of emphasis for us here in the offseason.
Now, take a look at Morningside, Coach. Explosive offense, over 50 points a game last year, almost 600 yards. Schematically, have you changed anything in the offseason?
Schematically, no. I mean, what we've tried to really do on offense is try to really focus on our playmakers and how do we get them the football. As we saw last year, we got some pretty good ones that are pretty dynamic, and if we just put the ball in their hands the right way, you know, I think they can do some pretty special things for us. Defensively, nothing really schematically, just trying to get our kids to understand the whole system of everything and how the fits happen and in the running game, and then how the whole puzzle fits as far as the pass coverages and those sort of things, and I think that we've made strides at that.
One of the biggest changes is you're taking over play calling on the defensive side. Again, I know defensive coordinator for a long time before you take over as head coach. How does that feel going into the day calling those plays defensively?
We'll see. You know, at least I'm the only one to blame now. But no, it's been a welcome experience. I mean, it's something that I did have to dust off the files a little bit, you know, but it's something that I've always been accustomed to. It really didn't take that much of a change for me, and I'm excited to do it. And I think you'll see our kids play with a great attitude and a passion today.
Personnel-wise, offensively, Donnie Butkus is back. John Pietrzak is back after a couple of years off. Lexus is back. Actually, Lexus played against these guys 6 years ago, yeah. So he's got some experience. Talk about some of the guys you got coming back and how they've welcomed in some of the new guys.
Well, I think you know, I think our veterans have been great. Their experiences, they've played a lot of football games here for us. Even Pietrzak, who missed a year, but he played a lot of football games for us a couple of years ago, and even the year before that. You know, and Donnie's just as steady as he gets back there. So, you know, really looking forward to him. Hopefully you'll see our offense today, you know, that we've been practicing with a lot more tempo and a lot more execution level has been a lot higher with all those veterans around, and they've been doing a good job of taking our younger guys. Jalen Moore is a young guy who you'll see today as a freshman, and he's done a great job this camp, and you know, there's been other guys that have helped us out both offensively and defensively, and you know, we'll hopefully see how it happens today.
Talk about philosophy of having this game, St. Francis next week, starting off the season with 2 of the top 4 teams in the country. Is it something that you purposely say, hey, we want to start off real strong in this season before we get into conference?
Well, that's always the goal. You know, did I want to play number 4 and number 1? No. But at the same time, you know, I really like it, to be honest with you. We actually play, then we have a bye, then we play, then we bye. So, you know, we're going to get tested early and see kind of where we're at as a program. But hopefully that'll help us when we go into our conference schedule to get ready for our conference season.
Go get them.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Coach.
Head coach Joe Curry ahead of St. Francis and Morningside. Maybe didn't go according to plan as far as schedules go, but like I said, Coach, it could be beneficial. Before you get into conference, you play 2 of the top teams in the country. You're going to find out real quick where these guys are today.
Yeah, you are, and it's going to behoove you going into the conference, because now, you know, the conference, that's one of the best small college conferences in the country where they play. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to the improvement between this week and in 2 weeks when they play St. Francis.
A couple other things to keep an eye on. Young kids coming in, guys coming back who haven't played football in a while, and how are those veterans going to play today? It's going to be a lot of fun. Kickoff in just a few minutes here on the USF Sports TV Network.
How about kickoff right now from Memorial Stadium? Nick Jenkins, Lee Turnbow with you, and Happy New Year to you, Coach. Here we go.
Happy New Year. Excited to be here.
Absolutely. A lot to keep an eye on here today. A lot of returners, a lot of young guys, but this Morningside squad, my God, if you just judge by last year's numbers, pretty incredible.
You're talking about incredible, but it's consistent incredible. 6 consecutive times they've won their own conference. They've been ranked in the top 25 13 consecutive years, Nick. Not weeks, years. They are one of the top small college conference champions in the country.
St. Francis will receive the opening kick, as you see, watching on our live YouTube channel. Appreciate all the hard work that goes into this, by the way. Let's give those guys some credit, Brendan, Jessica, and the crew. So thank you very much for getting here super early and getting us ready to go. Kickoff of the 2017 football season. Morningside and St. Francis. A lot of hope, a lot of energy out of camp. We're going to see if we can make something happen. The kick is low, and it's going to skip into the hands of one of the upbacks. Oh, it will sneak on back to one of the returners, but he's not going to get anything. He actually runs backward to about the 12-yard line. That's where the St. Francis offense will take over, starting on the offensive side for the offensive line. A lot of returning talent there. Josh McCaskill, a transfer from NCAA Division II St. Joe's over there on the left side. He'll be flanked by Brendan Mulrow, a 2-time all-conference player at left guard. Jake McCreary, a returning center. Right guard is a freshman, David Newman, and the tackle, Zach Buckham, a junior, who's going to be catching the football as well. Zach Marino, Brandon Ruffin, who just caught 53 balls for over 1,000 yards and 12 touchdowns, a school record. He's a wideout. Lexus Jackson also back. He's the other wideout. We'll get the rest of the starting lineup for St. Francis and the defense for Morningside as we go. Butkus, a quarterback draw right out of the gate. And he'll pick up a few yards just shy of the 20-yard line. Donnie Butkus, the returning quarterback. He's a senior, 59% last year, over 2,000 yards through the air. And behind him, it'll be a combination of junior Jordan Smith and sophomore Michael Johnson.
Morningside came out in a 4-3 base defense, the first play of the game. That's what they list them as. We'll see if they do any stunts as the game progresses.
4 linemen for Morningside, senior, junior, sophomore, senior. Their 3 linebackers go senior, junior, senior, and Caden McDonald, their returning leading tackler from last year on the outside, one of the linebacker crew. Butkus has an empty set, 5 wide down the middle. It looks like there might have been some contact, but no flag thrown as the ball was intended for the #1 receiver last year, Brandon Ruffin. He's a guy we're going to keep an eye on today. He's an exciting, exciting football player.
Skinny seam route that time. Brandon just didn't look back quick enough. He might have been open by a step. Nice crowd here today, Nick.
Yeah, well, a beautiful day for some football. That's no doubt about it. 75 degrees, a breeze out of the southeast at 7 miles an hour. Picture perfect day here at the stadium. 4 wide, 2 on each side. Blitz being shown right of the offense. Donnie fires, and this one's complete. A big gainer. First down to the 40-yard line. It goes for 21 into the hands of Ray Velo.
Nice read by Donnie Butkus. Dropped back, checking off to his #1 receiver. Now watch him set. Look downfield. Nice job at pass line. Puts and what he gets, 6-7 yards after the catch. That's a nice route and run.
Jordan Smith, the handoff. He bumbles and stumbles 3 up to the 43-yard line. They need to get to midfield for a first down. Donnie Butkus throwing a strike. I know he was working hard in the offseason, working on accuracy. Comes in with last year's stats, over 2,000 yards, 18 touchdowns with 10 interceptions. I'm sure he's going to want to cut that number. Trips receivers far left. Ruffin looks to be the point in that triangle. There's the snap and the give. Jordan Smith stuffed at the line. Second effort, nice play. Gets to about the 47, shy of the first down by a few yards. Makes that third down in about 3.
Now expect Morningside to do something as we see this play right there. And watch the effort. Watch after the initial contact right there. Bounces to the right side, then runs over, gets another yard. So now St. Francis with a third and a short 3.
5 wide again. 4 over to the strong side, 1 on the weak side. Butkus, here comes the blitz. Nice play by Donnie. Hangs onto the ball and dives for the 45, a first down, a gain of 8.
You like the play call because St. Francis thought that Morningside was going to blitz. Donnie Butkus, of course, does a nice job of reading this. I'm just not a big fan of running him between the tackles because of how small he is. But watch this read right now. Does a nice job, gets a snap, looks off to the right side, and gets enough for the first down.
3 wide left. Here's Donnie again. 3-step drop. Nothing there. Here comes pressure. Trying to roll out of it. Got to get rid of it. He does. Looking for a man, but it was well overthrown. Intended for Zach Marino, the senior out of La Grande, California.
That's the difference between this opening drive this year and last year. Last year, Donnie probably would have taken that ball, tucked it underneath his arm, and try to run out of there. This yard, well, now they're going to call intentional grounding, but I don't see how that was. There was a receiver in the, oh no, they switched to roughing the passer.
Oh wow, they hit him late.
Yeah, the official gave the signal for intentional grounding. It is the first game for the official. Roughing the passer against the Mustangs.
First down for the Saints. They are marching against the number 4 team in the country. This second-ranked defense in the nation last year before they lost in the quarterfinals of the playoffs to our opponent in 2 weeks, St. Francis of Indiana. Jordan Smith on the left-hand side of Butkus, 4 wide, is the give to Jordan. He's hit immediately, and down he goes. Jason Lucas, the defensive tackle, the senior for Morningside, in on the tackle, second down.
I don't think people appreciate just how good Morningside is. Number 2 ranked defense in the country last year, as you said, Nick, but also an offense that scored over 50 points a game and had almost 600 yards of offense a game. He tries to bounce this to the outside, and there's no help for him for an offensive line.
2nd and 10. They're going to try the same play. Same to Jordan. He breaks a hole this time. Stiff arm, out of bounds, and a flag comes in on the St. Francis sideline. Gets to about the 15-yard line. That is a pickup of 15 yards and a first down for the Saints. Look at Lexus Jackson saying, let's go, boys.
I like the up-tempo. It's not really a offense, but it's enough to give him a sideline warning.
That's what I'm thinking. We'll see what the official call is here. If there was a flag thrown.
My thing on that is this: if it doesn't affect or impact the play, just tell the guys, move back.
Yeah.
Why you got to throw a flag and give them a warning?
Into the game comes Jalen Moore, one of the newcomers out of Leyden, a freshman out of Northlake, I should say, out of Leyden High School. West Suburban Conference Player of the Year last year. See if he can get it done here on the next level. A little bit of stoppage here on first down. Don't forget, Coach Joe Curry, a different role this year, calling the plays now defensive. I want to pick your brain about that when we have some time. 5 wide receivers here. Butkus empty set. It's like a man-to-man zone defense here by Morningside. Butkus looking right, fires. It is complete and wrapped up. Second effort gets mighty close to the first down marker, but about a yard shy. 2nd down and 1. And that ball caught by Velo again.
Nice job of coming back to the ball and catching the ball with his hands, and then spinning. A lot of times he would have went out of bounds, but he fought for an extra yards and gives St. Francis a second and real short here.
Ray Velo, just 22 catches, 151 yards last year, but a big part of this first drive. Smith again, the handoff. He's hit again at the line, and not much room for Jordan. He will maybe lose about a half a yard. Does Jordan Smith look a little bigger to you this year?
He does, and I was just going to say this. I don't want to see him bounce in this play or any of the previous couple plays to the outside. Run between tackles, dip your shoulder, run over a guy, get a yard. I'd rather see him do that when he runs between the tackles.
3rd down, big 3rd down here. Want to come away with a touchdown against a team this good with so much firepower. Need all of them you can get. 5 wide here for Donnie. 3 yards to go here for the first. Blitz being shown to his right, picked up. Oh, he's hit as he's thrown into the end zone. It's incomplete, intended for Ruffin. A dangerous pass across the body, but it does fall incomplete. 4th down, and Grayson Barnett coming on for the first time. He's kicker out of Lenoir, North Carolina. Hello to the Barnetts, big fans of the program. I know they're always tuning in.
You imagine when he gets done from College St. Francis, he graduates, and he goes in for review. Have you done any extracurricular? Record all the way through there. How many letters did he win? Like 72 letters in high school?
Yeah, he was a busy guy in high school. No doubt about it. Kick on the way, looking for the first points of the season, and it will be wide left. So a nice drive, stalls out, field goal no good for Grayson. He's going to be the worst critic for himself there as he trots off the field after the first 3 minutes plus. No score here in the first game of the season.
The snap was good, the hole was good. I think he just missed it a little bit to the left side. There is a little bit of wind as we're watching this game from right to left, maybe about 5-10 miles an hour. Great opening drive by the Saints. Sit there controlling the clock, moving the football, and we'll see. The hole was good, the kick was good. He just missed it a little bit to the left side.
Morningside takes over behind Trent Solzma, your quarterback who was all-world last year in the NAIA. Play action, first play, looking left. Wide open, caught, taken down at the 41-yard line. A pickup of 21 right off the bat. And they go to Connor Niles, a sophomore, local kid out of Sioux City, Iowa. Missed most of last year due to some injury, though. 2 years ago, though, when he did play.
Oh, nice tackle.
That's going to be a loss of a yard, 2nd down. And that was, we'll talk about Bubba Jenkins as well, but more about Connor Niles, the guy who caught that long pass. He did miss most of last year due to injury, but in 2015, he led the NAIA in all-purpose yards. So
that's pretty impressive.
Keep an eye on him. 2nd down, 11, ball back at the 39-yard line. Play action again. A couple steps left, flag is thrown. Fire across his body, and some miscommunication there between the quarterback and the receiver. And it falls incomplete, brings up 3rd down.
We'll see what the flag is across the way in front of the Morningside bench.
Pass was intended for Chad Berg, the senior wideout. Looks like the microphone for the referee not working today.
Maybe he's just shy. It's the first game.
Maybe he didn't turn it on. No. Illegal procedure on the offense. They're going to decline it, though, and take the... Right?
Yeah.
They marched it back, though.
Well, I would decline and take the down.
So, yeah, they should move that. They didn't take the penalty, so they're going to move that stick back. It's still 2nd down and 11. Or 3rd down and 11 now after the incomplete pass. Some personnel changes for Morningside.
On the last play, St. Francis brought a blitz. They're starting with a 3-man down defensive line. Tilt nose tackle.
Solzma has 5 wide receivers, couple stacked off to the left. Here's the snap. Looking right, pressure being applied. Blitz coming in late, rolling out Solzma. Got a little bit of room. He's going to pick up the 1st down and a few more out at the 45-yard line. A headsy play by the junior quarterback.
They got nice penetration by the D-line, but Luke Mander from his DN spot's got to maintain outside contain and not let that quarterback escape to the outside because that gives him a free sideline, and he ran enough to pick up a 1st down.
A special shout out to Edgy Tim O'Halloran watching today's game. Shout out to you from him, Coach.
I like Edgy Tim.
Across his body, a
nice
beautiful catch on the shoe tops and a 1st down from Morningside inside the 30-yard line. That's going to go for 17 yards and another Mustang 1st down.
Much like in baseball, I'll take accuracy if you can locate. Quarterback, I'm not real big on arm strength, but watch where he puts his ball in between, and that's a nice catch going down and get it below his knees.
No huddle. Screen off left side. It goes to Niles again. He'll streak up the left sideline, pushed out of bounds before he reaches the 1st down marker.
That's why I like Trubisky better than Glennon. You know why? Because he puts the ball where he's supposed to.
No one's going to argue with you about skill set, that's for sure. 2nd down. They'll give him 6 or 7. Just a few more yards here to go. And Bubba Jenkins is back to the right of Solzma. Option play. Pitch it on the ground. That's loose, and looks like St. Francis has it. And who else would it be? Josh Woodard. Oh, man, you want to talk about a playmaker. If there's a play to be made on defense, it's probably going to be number 11.
A lot of guys would try to scoop and score, but watch this. He comes up from the safety position, the force on his pitch, and watch this. Look at ball skills, squirts out, and look who rips it out of the pile. Number 11. Two-time, I should say, first-team all-conference. Josh Woodard might be the best player on that defense. You know, it's not might be, he is the best player on that defense. Offense gets a second chance. They look pretty good, stalled out near the red zone last drive. Michael Johnson into the game for the first time. He'll get his first carry of the 2017 season. And he'll pick up a yard or two. St. Francis, I'd like to see him stay and go north and south instead of bouncing out east and west. On the first drive, they did that. Here on the second drive, he tries to bounce it to the outside. I think Morningside's too schooled defensively to allow him to get outside the edge.
Mike, a sophomore out of Joliet Catholic. Played in this stadium in high school and keeping the brown and gold here as well. Blitz being shown left of that offense. They're going to go to a different play as Logan Roseboom, the senior linebacker, showed. Here's Butkus. Check down. It's complete, but immediately to the ground goes Velo. He'll pick up about 3 or 4. Brings up third down.
Well, Velo has been his #1 receiver in the first 2 offensive series. Watch this. If he puts the ball a little bit up, then Ray's got a chance to get an extra 4 or 5 yards.
Keep an eye on Ruffin down here. He's got a smaller cornerback on him. Safety's inching up. Butkus takes the snap. Looking right, nothing there. Still looking. Fires, checks it down. Here's Lexus Jackson, and he, second effort, picks up the first down. Great effort by the, 8-year senior Lexus Jackson.
But watch this move. He gets it. He's sure of the first down when he gets it, but watch him dip, hit to the outside, and stretch it out and get enough for the first down.
Now, Lexus, the only player on the field to play against Morningside in their previous matchup back in the playoffs of 2011. And there's a long story involved in that we can get to if we have time about Lexus. Here's a first down and 10 play. The give to Mike. Moving the pile up to the 40-yard line, a pickup of 6.
We just talked about that, didn't we? Put your shoulders down, put your head down, keep it north and south, straight up and down. Do not try to bounce outside when you see interference in front of you. Run them over. That's going to serve you well moving, closer to the game. At the end of the game, you're going to wear them out.
2nd and 4 now for USF. 4 wide. Johnson on the left hip of Butkus. 8:30 to play first quarter. Donnie 3-step drop looking left. Nope. Flushed out, rolling right. Fires across his body.
Nice catch.
Lexus Jackson wide open up to the 40-yard line. That's a 20-yard gainer into Morningside territory. First down. Lexus feeling it early.
I don't know if it's something that he really worked on in the offseason, but last year Donnie would tuck this and run. Watch him keep his eyes downfield, and boom, deliver the ball right over. That's a nice touch pass. Get enough.
21 yards on the yard line. St. Francis move. 3 wide left, 1 right. It looks like Johnson to the right of Butkus. Screen pass outside to Velo. See if he can make a move. Puts a stiff arm, not much there. He'll pick up 3. 8 minutes to go as he's pushed out of bounds. Playing with some confidence here in first game of the year.
Playing like a well-oiled machine here early.
The longer you can keep Trent Solzma and the Morningside on the sideline, the better. Here's Johnson. He'll get the carry. He tripped at the line and goes down at about the 3rd. They're not going to give him anything. 3rd down. Ray Velo will step out. It looks like Jalen Moore back into the game.
3rd and 6, 3rd and 7. That's the down you want to convert. We'll see what Morningside does defensively. I'm expecting to blitz.
See if they do that. 4 down linemen, 3 linebackers, base set. See if they bring any more than the 4. They sure do. They're going to bring 2. Rolling left, they're put it up in the air for Ruffin. He's got no space to operate. Nicely covered by Stephen Evans. Back. I expect we're going to see some more of that with Brandon against the freshman.
You would think that's a matchup they want to take advantage of.
Donnie took a little bit off that ball.
I did. He wanted him to go up and try to get inside position on him. He just could never get there.
First chance to see Luke Nelson punt it away. We're not going to see the full Luke Nelson experience here, though, because this kid's got a thunder of a leg, but he's going to be kicking it from midfield here. Back to return it, Connor Niles from Morningside. Snap's good. High spiral in the air. Lexus had a beat on him. He didn't know where the ball went because it went 9 yards deep into the end zone. Touchback. Not where Luke wanted to put it. And on comes the St. Francis defense. Offenses look good. Unfortunately, nothing to show for it so far.
Yeah, but you could control on the football. You could control on the clock a little bit. And you get positive yards except for maybe one play, I think, in the first 2 drives.
So what is it like for a head coach, a defensive guy, to go back to play calling? And he's on the sideline, too.
You know, you don't see a lot of guys do it defensively, do you? You see guys who are head coaches who are OCs, yep. Not a lot of guys who are head coaches who are DCs. You know what I'm saying? As a head coach, it takes a special guy to be able, because you got to control the rest of the football game. You got to do time management, you got to do personnel, all that stuff.
A big set this time. Solzman, first time under center. He's going to give to their running back, Bubba Jenkins, shoulder down, push back at the 21, just to gain a 1 or 2. Talk about Bubba Jenkins. This guy is, according to some St. Francis insiders, like pro teams actually coming to take a look at him. He's a transfer out of NCAA D2. He was only at his previous school for 3 years, but left as the all-time leading rusher. Transferred over here. 2nd down and 8 after the 2-yard pickup by Jenkins. Pistol formation this time. They're going to counter. Jenkins left side has a little bit of room. Nice contain, kept him from a first down. Dakota Dorr, the safety, coming up, making the initial hit, brings up 3rd down.
And the one thing we haven't talked about is that Morningside's offensive line is huge. They go 285, 285, 255, 290, 270 across the front line. That's a big boy offensive line.
Of course, the defensive line for St. Francis is a little bit different than what we're used to seeing. Here's
nice
Jenkins
play.
Again. They hit him in the backfield and back for a 1-yard loss. 4th down. To Bubba Jenkins, it brings up 4th down deep inside Morningside territory, and they're going to have to punt it away. The defense stepping up big.
Roger Thigpen does a nice job for his linebacker position. Watch the penetration he gets right there, number 32. Makes a tackle, hangs on, and everybody else cleans it up.
Roger Thigpen, the sophomore out of Plainfield Central, right down Route 30 and Route 59. Back to return, Jake Rdiger and Lexus Jackson. Nice high punt. It will be fielded and hit immediately. What are you doing? You got to fair catch that ball. That's a very risky play, but he held down. 35-yard line is where the offense will take over.
Well, he's got to get some help from his safety man. That time St. Francis put 2 guys back. Watch. Nice punt, nice hang time. But then the safety man who's behind him should be telling him fair catch, fair catch, fair catch, because he can see this guy, the outback who catches the punt, is concentrating on the football, so he doesn't see the guy coming down to make the tackle.
So 2 series apiece, no score so far. I'd say St. Francis looks like the better team.
So far, yes, that is true.
So far. And that's been the knock on them. A lot of those close games, they didn't finish, and you heard Coach Curry talk about that in the pregame. And the 2 wide receivers set, and it's Jordan Smith's drive this time at running back. I'm going to give to Jordan. Trying to go between the tackles, not much room, no gainer. Initial hit put on by Jason Lucas again, a big 6'3", 260-pound defensive tackle.
Can you imagine being ranked in the top 25 for 13 consecutive years, 126 weeks, or wherever the heck it is?
Yeah.
That's insane.
5:15 to go here, first quarter, zip on the scoreboard. Blitz being shown outside. They're going to bring some. Firing in the middle. Has Lexus. A little bit of space to work. Stiff arm is out. Tries to cut back. And here comes the rest of the defense. Minimal gain. About 5 yards. Nice job by Lexus. Finding the open space.
Nice little crossing route. Now it gives St. Francis a 3rd and manageable. 3rd and 5 or ones you got to convert. Watch him. He looks downfield. Looks across. Finds him on the crossing route. Gets it. Stiff arm. If you just get that a little more extended, he can get a couple extra yards.
3rd and 5. Again, blitz being shown. They're going to bring 2 more. Right side.
Nice catch.
Beautiful pass and a catch made at the 50 by Zach Marino. First down for St. Francis. They're going to pick up 11 to the 49.
Yeah, let's Zach at 6'3", 205. I don't know if he's that big. Nice catch. Watch, he gets a little traffic there. Gets his hands extended away from the defender. Makes the catch enough for the first down.
Jordan Smith to the left to Donnie. 3-step drop. Down the seam, has Ruffin wide open. Caught at the 10, can't keep his balance, down to the 5. It's a touchdown if he stays on his feet. First and goal for the Saints. It looks like he beat Clayton Nordine on the play.
That's the type of pass, if you're a quarterback, you said, I just want to get it to him because he's open.
Wide open.
Not like he had a thread Neal. Watch how open he is, and he just puts just a little bit behind him. And the wide receiver's thinking, what? I got to catch this. I'm wide open.
Miscommunication between the corner and the safety on that one. Left Brandon wide open. First and goal rather from the 5 for St. Francis. Looking for the first points of the game. Donnie changing the play at the line. Makes a snap. He's going to throw. Corner going for the pylon over the head of Ray Velo and incomplete. Nice play to Ruffin, I think, or maybe if you take a look on the far side, Jean Pietrzak in a goal line threat for St. Francis.
Yeah, but I don't like that play on first down. You know, I don't like that play on first down. I like more of a run-pass option play with him.
See to the run here on second. Jordan Smith, they're going to move him to the right side. Looks like to help protect here. They're going to throw Pietrzak in the end zone, touchdown. St. Francis on the board. The first catch for Pietrzak is a 5-yard strike for a score.
That was too easy. What did the quarterback do? He played off him a little bit, especially in red zone. Don't understand it, but watch it. Look at the cushion. That's an easy pitch and catch.
You want to talk about a guy who makes the case for playing multiple sports? Jean Pietrzak, a standout on the basketball team last year, did not play football, but he did play back in 2015 and 2014. A great year back 2 years ago for him, 473 yards, 8 touchdowns. Didn't play last year, focused on basketball, and now he's got a year of eligibility left for football. He's a graduate student looking for his master's, and you know what, Coach, if you got room for me, I'd like to play. Of course they do.
Yeah, I think we can squeeze you in a little bit. You might be a situational third down guy or something like that, you know, maybe work a little bit on special teams.
The drive goes 6 plays, 65 yards in 2 minutes.
I think the thing I'm most impressed about in the first quarter here early with St. Francis is the maturity of Donnie Buckets.
You betcha, 100%.
You know, I'm seeing the reads he's making, staying in the pocket, eyes downfield, hooking up with receivers. You know, I understand it's off season, but you know, a lot of times that's a mental process that you work on in the off season.
Yep, Donnie looking very sharp.
And give kudos to the offensive line. He hasn't really been pressured that much here in the first quarter.
Let's see if Trent Solzma, the junior quarterback from Morningside, can answer. That was a long time coming. Third drive of the game, they were in the red zone. The first drive, fortunately missed the field goal. Grayson Barnett on to kick it off. 3:41 to go here in the first quarter of play. End over end, the return will start from the 3. It'll be Connor Niles taking it to the left sideline. He's pushed out of bounds by Rdiger Thigpen.
And one thing I will say, I know I'm excited for the season. I'm excited for the first quarter. I'm excited for the Saints' new unis.
You like them?
I do.
Sharp, huh?
I'm a fan of the new unis.
Bucking the traditional brown uniforms, going with the gold.
I got tired of the brown uniform since 1986. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was time for a change a little bit.
If you're in the stadium, chances are there's a team wearing brown.
We were kidding about this before during the pregame. This might be player weekend for St. Francis. You know, all you need is the nicknames on the back of the jerseys.
I wouldn't put it past. Coach Curry likes to have some fun. Solzma's in the shotgun this time. He's got Ponder to his left. Down the seam, has a man. Nice spin move by Addison Ross. the big J-back, sophomore out of Carroll, Iowa. He was actually the former backup quarterback last year. They moved him to what they call the J-back. Maybe you can explain exactly what that is.
Like an H-back, but just a different alphabet number.
Hand off in a nice run. Picks up a first down, about 13 yards for Rdiger Ponder, the freshman out of Omaha. No huddle offense. Solzman wants to keep it going.
You know, a lot of times what the offense do is so you can't change personnel groups. That's why they run this quick-paced offense.
Move the lineman over, tight end over to the right. Hand off to Ponder. Looking for a hole. He's upended at the 45. Just a gain of about 2 on the play. Tackle made. Is that Malik Thurman came up, make that play?
Yeah, he did. Did a nice job of support from his corner spot.
Mason DeLong, the freshman linebacker, among them as well. 4 wide receivers. I believe Bubba Jenkins back into the game. Nope, that's still Ponder. Play action. Right side, wide open. And a first down, but the ball comes loose. That is a fumble. The ball's on the ground. St. Francis is there again. Second turnover of the game. And the second takeaway for the Saints.
I think it was Cody Randa who came up with that bouncing ball. Nice job. And I thought maybe his knee might have been down, but apparently the ball popped out before his knee hit the ground. We'll check it out right here. Right there. Seam route in between, and let's see if we can see it. Helmet ball popping out, ball on the ground. And look at this. Second turnover for the Saints defense.
Dakota Dorr, the initial hit with his helmet on the ball. Saints in control again.
I'd like to see him go for a big play right here.
Yep, where's Ruffin? That's your guy.
I don't care who it is. Go for a big play right here.
Brandon down in the bottom of your screen. You got Steve Evans, the freshman, on him. See if the safety helps. He does. They are looking long. Right side had Peter Zek wide open at the 40, and it is complete for the first down. 25-yard strike into Morningside territory.
They talk about this all the time in your meeting rooms. Sudden momentum changes. What happens to the defense? Oh, we turn it over. Now we're down. Okay, boom. That's when you go for the jugular. That's when you go for the big shot.
Peter Zek, 2 catches, and he's been productive. They're going to run it this time. Johnson looking for some room, going wide left, looking for a corner. Not there, pushed out of bounds by Logan Roseboom. Not much room. He's actually going to lose 2 yards on the play. 2:09 to go first quarter. They've been a couple of nice run plays, but the most damage being done through the air so far. Gonna stack up a couple receivers close to the line left. A couple wide right. Peter Zek is wide right. They're going to go his way. Dig route again. Goes to the first down marker. Stops, gets the ball, picks up another 4 yards, and another first down. 14-yard pickup. And to move the chain, St. Francis looking good offensively.
You can formation him by putting twins to one side, him on the other side, because that cornerback is giving him an 8 to 10-yard cushion. Doesn't want to get beat deep, so that's easy pickings for Peter Zek.
Picking on Riley Johnson, the sophomore cornerback out of Nebraska over there. 4 wide again. Donnie, quick drop, looking left, fires, Ruffin open, caught at the 2, extends, touchdown Saints. St. Francis looking awful good right now. Brandon Ruffin gets his first touchdown of the season after a record-tying 12 last year.
This is a matchup that St. Francis is taking advantage of in the first half. Their wide receivers are more physical and they're bigger than the cornerbacks from Morningside. Watch him get the inside position and watch him just body this ball right here in between, right there. Watch, he shakes out this guy and just leans over for the touch.
Scoring drive goes 4 plays, 65 yards, and 45 seconds. Kick is up and good. 14-0, 1:39 to go. How about your St. Francis Fighting Saints?
Nice job here in the first quarter with a minute and a half left to play. But the thing that you like about this is what? 2 things that I like. Defense causing and getting turnovers. Offensive line controlling play. Offense controlling the ball. I like that. I also like the mentality of after they got that last turnover, they went for a big play right away.
Kind of get you a little excited, doesn't it?
It does.
Real excited.
Got a nice crowd, huge crowd. Opening football weekend.
And what's nice about the schedule, if there is anything nice about the first 2 games, is that there's also 2 bye weeks. So you play Morningside today, you're off next week. Then you got the #1 team in the country, St. Francis in Indiana, at their place weeks, and then you got another bye week after that. So you're gonna take your lumps against a couple of the top teams in the NAIA, but you're gonna get a chance to rest as well. Connor Niles and Dominique Guerva apparently are back there to return. It wasn't Guerva, that was Chad Berg, but it'll be Niles on the return. Nice slip move, gonna reverse field, cut it back up to the 26-yard line. Nice return by Connor. And so far it's been turnovers from Morningside. They've had 3 drives so far, a turnover, a punt, and a turnover.
Physically, Morningside's offensive line is that much bigger than the defensive line, but St. Francis did a nice job here early of causing the turnovers.
And here's the thing about the defense that St. Francis plays, is there's always room in the middle of the field. That's where they get beat yardage-wise. And you're going to see it here again.
Nice tackle.
Good hit. Josh Woodard there with the stick, but it's going to be a first down. A gain about 13 yards, but he's going to pay the price. Addison Ross, yeah, he's going to have to come out of the game. Nice hit by Josh Woodard. Nice technical hit, shoulder into right in the midsection. Hard count. They got St. Francis free play. They're going to look long. Connor Niles is there, but Woodard is there to knock it away. But Connor Niles, what an absolutely stunning reception, all the way to the 23-yard line.
They'll take that over the encroachment penalty, but that, as a coach, drives you nuts because the guy who jumped off sides is the nose guard, who is the closest guy next to the football.
That's about a 40-yard pickup on the pass play, and that puts him just outside the red zone for the first time today. Solzma will have Ponder on his right hip. 2 wide left, 2 to the right. Niles has been their most dangerous player. He's split out wide left. Keep an eye out for him. Solzma play action. Quick pass right side. Versteeg the carry. He's upended. Nice tackle right away, right up front by Jamal Stovall, the true freshman out of Champaign.
We talk about St. Francis had some returning guys, 6 I believe on defense, but now you're interchanging and you're getting personnel groups and you're playing what? Redshirt freshmen, and guys with inexperience.
Yeah, 5 of them on the starting lineup, freshmen or redshirt freshmen for St. Francis, but so far so good. There's going to be some bumps in the road though. It was a pickup of 5, so 2nd down and 5 at the 19-yard line. Play action, Solzma, he's got his guy wide open. Somebody missed somebody, and it is wide open for a touchdown. Dominique Guerva, the freshman out of California, I think he was surprised at how wide open he was. A missed assignment there, and I think it was the freshman Stovall.
Definitely a blown coverage. Watt, they run a little play action right there, and he is just wide open. Nobody within 10 yards of him.
Whew. Just a missed assignment there. Jared Amundsen on to kick it for Morningside. He was an all-conference kicker on the first team last year. Also the goalkeeper on the soccer team. He missed that one? He did. He shanked it wide right. Wasn't even close. 14-6 with 12 seconds to go here in the quarter.
See Coach Curry talking right now. He said, yeah, we blew coverage here. Make sure you get that taken care of, Mr. 11. Coaches do that a lot. You never know, instead of calling you by their name, they call you by your number. Buddy Ryan, when the Bears were good, was famous for that. Called Singletary number 50, Hampton number 99.
We do got 12 seconds to go, but players decided they're going to take some time here. What's going on?
Opening weekend. This is like the regular season weekend. When I'm talking about high school football game on Friday night,
yep.
St. Francis game or college game on Saturday, Bears are playing at noon tomorrow.
Yep.
Just like my regular weekend. I'm getting primed for this.
Thing of beauty, isn't it?
It is.
Not too many games actually on this schedule for the NAIA and with the MSFA teams. Robert Morris plays this afternoon at 3. Mobat plays tonight. Olivet Nazarene's at home tonight as well. That's it. Next week is when everyone gets into the action. That's when St. Francis takes a day off. Really, St. Xavier, they got their opening game on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
St. Xavier and Marion up in Chicago. That'd be a fun one.
There'll be a lot of people at that one, I'm
guessing. I think so. Here's the kickoff with 12 seconds to go. It'll be Lexus Jackson from the 9. He's a guy who can break one. Not this time. He'll take it to the 26, and that'll take us down to the end of the first quarter. Very promising start to this game. Well, they're going to stop the clock with 4 seconds. So there, okay. Well, a very promising start here for St. Francis, guys. Unbelievable start offensively. The defense making some big plays. Now, you can't rely on the big plays and turnovers to happen, but so far so good. Josh Woodard has been good. He's got a fumble recovery, a couple of nice tackles as well. One play here before the quarter ends. Left, Smith will get the handoff. Looking for the edge, cuts it back, and he'll be pushed forward to about the 30, a gain of 3, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 1 of week 1 of the 2017 season. So far, so good for the Saints. To see if they can keep it up. We'll be back in a minute here at the stadium. 14-6 Saints after 1.
Loyola Medicine is the official healthcare provider for the Fighting Saints. We're committed to sports injury prevention, maintaining the health and nutrition of young athletes, and optimizing training and conditioning. Our team includes fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons, primary care and emergency medicine physicians, licensed physical therapists, and certified athletic trainers. Our sports medicine program offers day, evening, and weekend availabilities. Caring for body and soul is unique, and it's uniquely Loyola.
So overall thoughts after first 15 minutes?
I like the defense, the way they're playing. Offensively, when we're running the football, instead of going to a stretch play where he stretches to the outside, I'd like to see him go more north and south, any of the running backs, and sit there and dominate and get to 2 or 3 yards, just like we did. Now he got 3 yards in that last play of the first quarter, but we don't have the speed to break it on the edge because Morningside does a nice job of gap integrity and keeping their outside arm free, so they'll be able to make that play. We'll give you some first core stats after this play.
So after the run, it is second down. And we'll call it 7 to go. Right at the 30-yard line for Donnie Butkus and company. Been very good through the air, and the numbers are going to show that in a second. Donnie takes a snap. 3 steps. Firing right side, right down
nice
the middle.
Route.
They have their man, Jamal Moore, but that ball comes out. Morningside's going to hop on it. St. Francis gives it right back. Jarrell, making it Jalen Moore, the freshman. Had a nice first down catch there. They turned it over. First turnover for the Saints.
One thing guys are going to understand, this is not high school football anymore, gentlemen. What happens is ball security. Yeah, in high school you might be able to sit there and carry that ball loose because you got what? Guys who are just as big and strong and want that ball back from you. The thing that jumps out at you in the first quarter, Nick, Donnie Butkus, 13 out of 17 for 195 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Pretty good. Can't give Morningside chances, man. That's what scares you. 2 wide receivers each side. Option play. Solzma keeps it. Huge hole right side and a blocker in front of him. He bowls over Arthur King, the cornerback, but not after a gain of about 16 yards and a first down.
Our defensive ends have got to do a better job of keeping outside contained, not sucking down with that first initial run fake, because now that opens the lane.
So last year's defensive line, the last couple of years, you got Calvin Brayboy and Tim Smith. This year you don't have those guys. You got a couple of freshmen along with Alex Zlomi. It's a screen pass and a lot of room for Ponder. He'll pick up a first down up to the 24-yard line. About 13 yards on the screen pass.
Wasn't really a throwback screen, but reverse screen, because he looked to the left, spun around, threw the ball back to the right.
Quick offense, play action. Stoltzma fires right side and
Nice
deflected.
play.
A beautiful play pass by Arthur King.
Arthur King does a nice job of getting his outside arm in. Watch. That left hand, bat balls. That's all you want to do as a CB. Bat balls.
Brings up second down and 10. Ball the 29, or make that 24-yard line. Stoltzma play action, left side. It's complete up to about the 14. It is awful close to a first down. It goes to Addison Ross again. Got dinged up the last drive. Looks to be okay. He's a big boy. 6'4", 235 sophomore. Three wide receivers off to the right here on a 3rd and 1. We haven't seen Bubba Jenkins drives. They hand it off to Ponder. He's hit at the line, but he dives forward for just enough for a first down. They'll pick up 2. Chains move just outside the 10-yard line. We'll say 1st and 10 at the 12.
Cody Randa did a nice job of supporting that from his linebacker spot. If he doesn't keep that wrap on around his legs, that might have gone for a touchdown.
Here's a name that you should be familiar with. Alex Rdiger into the game. The freshman. Where would a Rdiger go to high school?
Jolly Catholic, I'm
You
guessing.
betcha. You are absolutely right. Now another hard count. Did not see the flags come out. Stoltzma to the right side, looking to throw, still looking. He's going to turn it upfield, and he's taken down. A nice tackle.
No, that is not a horse collar tackle.
Steve Smock.
That was not a horse tackle. He got jersey. See, that's the thing that drives you insane. There's a official 2 yards away from that play, saw the tackle, did not call it. The referee, who was 10 yards behind the play, horse collar tackle, he did not get inside.
It might be the new rule. There might be a new rule this year. Oh, they are. You're right.
Oh, Jesus.
Nice discussion by the referees to get that right. Making that tackle, Steve Smock, the linebacker from Wilmington. Pop quiz here, Coach. Steve Smock, a 2-sport athlete at Wilmington. Football and what?
I'm getting badminton? You never heard of that combination before, would you?
I wouldn't. No, that would have surprised me.
Mall State football player and Mall State badminton player. That wouldn't go well. Wrestler, maybe?
He was a wrestler, yes.
All right.
2 wideouts right, 1 left. Man in motion to the wing slot is Ross. Fake pitch down the middle. It's Ross.
Nice
caught,
catch.
Touchdown. Yep, went up and got it. Went over the head of Cody Randa, the linebacker, and I'll take Ross over a linebacker on any team. Doesn't really matter. That's a nice play.
Shovel pass fake, and Morningside has found the seams in between the hashes where they're attacking St. Francis defensively.
Extra point on their last touchdown. Mudson to kick it. This one looks a little bit better, and it's good. 14-13, so 2 touchdowns apiece. But St. Francis holds on to the lead here with 12:47 to go.
We gave Donnie Buckus his kudos. Also, Trent Solzman from Morningside, he was 9 out of 10 for 148 yards in the first quarter. Expected that much passing offense here early in the season. St. Francis controlled the ball for over 9 minutes in the first quarter. But the thing about that, besides turnovers in the first quarter for the Saints, 4 out of 6 conversions on 3rd down.
That is a key. If you keep those chains moving, you can have success. There's head coach Joe Curry, again, like we mentioned before, calling the defensive plays, going back to his old ways again as the defensive coordinator and head coach. He's going to meet with his defense there on the bench. Alexis Jackson and Jarrell Williams now will go back to return the kick.
Number 37, Jared Munson, to kick back to return for the Saints. Number 10, Alexis Jackson, and number 4, Jarrell Williams.
Looks like we're about ready to go. Munson's going to put this in the air. Short kick. It'll be Alexis from the 12. Back toward the middle of the field. A nice block. But here comes the crew and won't get past the 20, 19-yard line.
No, I don't know if they had a return right call. Looks like that's what they had set up, even though the ball was kicked to his left. I'm a type of guy, special teams wise, if I have a right return called and I get the ball outside the left hash, I'm going up the left sideline trying to get what I can out of that play instead of run across 40 yards to get 5 yards.
12:40 to go here in the first half. Saints by a point, 2 touchdowns apiece. Saints scored them both in the first quarter. It'll be Donnie looking long left. Trying to run underneath it was Ruffin. Couldn't quite get there in time. Incomplete.
Let's see what type of matchup Pierzak gets here. See if they put him in a slot. And see, he just tries to put enough air under it, throw it down the middle of the field, and let him run underneath it just a little bit long.
2 wideouts left, 2 to the right tight. Donnie looking left the entire time, and he has his man wide open. Zach Marino had to go up and get it, but he does, and it's a first down. Pickup of 14 yards and a Saints first down.
St. Francis done a nice job of taking the outside passing game and taking it to their advantage. Watch, he is wide open on that left side. Comes there, sticks it, gets 11 yards, and he gets 2, 3 more yards after contact.
Peter Zach wide right. Looks like Ruffin is wide. Oh, that's Marino wide left. They're going to hand it off to Johnson in between the tackles, and there is just no room there. They push him back. Might have been a loss of 1.
Don't look for a hole before the line of scrimmage. You know what that means? He was stuttering his steps when he got the ball looking for a hole. Get to the point of attack, then look for your hole. Trust your offensive linemen to open that up.
So they say no gain, 2nd down and 10. Ball at the 33-yard line for USF. 3 wide receivers off on the strong side. Snap to Donnie, looking right. Quick dig by Velo. Had to bobble it, corrals it, gets to about the 39. So we'll pick up 6. We'll give him the 40-yard line. So pick up of 7 yards on the pass. 3rd down and 3. So far, so good on 3rd down.
A little bit better job of ball security right there. He knows he's going to get hit because he's got an inside route. Secures the ball. 3rd and short for St. Francis.
Going to throw here on 3rd. To the right sideline. That is nearly intercepted and probably should have been. Steven Evans jumped that route, saw it coming a mile away. Luckily for the Saints, he just batted it down. That's going to bring on the punt unit, and we're going to see the big right leg of Luke Nelson.
Pierzak does a nice job of becoming a defender on this play. Watch him go up and strip that ball, or else that's a nice, easy pick.
Luke Nelson on the punt for the Saints. That's return for Morningside, number 4.
Connor Niles back to return, standing at his own 12-yard line. Here's Nelson. His first real good punt of the year.
Oh,
spiraling, and they're going to let that one go. They'll take him out to the 8.
Get it, boys. Get it, boys. Get it, boys.
Yeah, you bet you. Down at the 1-yard line. Oh, they're going to say the 2. Nicely done by Luke Nelson. Down by Rdiger, the speedster, and Morningside right outside their own goal line. Could not do that any better.
Nice spiral, nice turnover. The ball in the air. The point hits down. When the point hits down, what's going to happen? It's going to kick straight up. What it did, give your coverage team a chance to go down and down inside the 5.
Officials are talking. I don't see any flags, though, do you? Oh, another sideline warning for the Saints. And a lot of the coaching staff has been working the players like, guys, get behind the line. See what the defense can do here in the Morningside goalposts.
St. Francis went to more of their 3-3 kind of alignment the last couple series. Let's see what they do here on this series. Oh, they're going to give them a penalty for that.
Now 5 yards for the. That 5 yards is big, man. Come on now. Finally ready to go. A lot of downtime in this game. Take their time. All right. Big set here. I formation. Offset right. Under center is Solzma. Oh. And they're going to go get a different play, trying to hard count him. They give. That's back in the game, but a nice tackle. He's not going to get much, if anything. Well played by the linebackers for St. Francis.
Cody Randa does a nice job of inside linebacker spot, forcing that play and causing him to bounce a little bit to the outside so he can clean it up. Nice penetration. What's like an offset I formation?
Yesterday, yeah, high school. That's what Geneva High School played. Yeah, not too many times here at the NAIA level.
College level, yep. Pro level, yeah. Backyard football level.
Well, not here this time either. Solzman's going to throw into his end zone. Pressure coming. He's hit. Calling it a fumble. They're going to say no, incomplete pass. Ooh, that was close. Oh, that was close. Feedback come out just in case they did call it a fumble. But that'll bring up third down.
Nice pressure. Watch this. Watch it. Gets to see if his arm does go forward. Yeah, it does. But I think that's more impetus of the tackle caused his arm go forward.
So I couldn't pick up who the player was, unfortunately, on the replay. I think it was that left defensive end. Could have been Dave Charnot. Spread them out. 4 wide receivers. Ponder on the right hip of Solzma. They're going to draw. Oh, missed the tackle. He's got some room. It's a race for the first down marker. Here he will be shy. To the 15-yard line he goes. It'll be 4th down in a few yards.
Overrunning the tag. Up, break down, chop your feet, throw the arms. Watch this. We had him right back there. Delayed draw right there. Arm tackle, but a nice job. That's Randa again. And Woodard.
Punter on. Nice job by St. Francis to utilize the beautiful punt by Nelson. They're going to get the ball back in Morningside territory. 9:44 and counting here in the first half. Thanks for listening as you're driving along on WCSF as well. Punt is away. It'll send Rdiger back, and he bobbles the ball. It's loose on the ground.
Got it.
I think St. Francis got there, but Morningside says no. Uh-oh.
Dual possession goes to the offense. We got it.
Yep, they're going to pull everyone off the pile. St. Francis football. Woo. Another dodged bullet for the Saints. They'll take over at the 36-yard line with 9.5 to go. Good Lordy. First and 10 here for the Saints. Snap to Butkiss. Looks right now left. Down the middle. Someone there wide open. Nice dart thrown right down the middle of the field. Alexis Jackson to the 45-yard line. He'll pick up 17 and a first down into Morningside territory.
Morningside secondary has done a little bit of a slight adjustment in the game, especially in the first quarter, as you see they were playing outside technique on the outside receivers. Now the cornerbacks are shaded to an inside technique, giving St. Francis the outside.
Here's Donnie, another three-step. Flushed out right, throwing off his back foot. And
Oh, no.
Almost intercepted twice. Almost intercepted by Evans, and then it was almost picked off by the linebacker Roseboom coming in late. Couldn't quite get a handle on it.
First bad throw he's made all day. Tries to get it. He never saw that guy right there. He's looking at the guy. So he never saw the cornerback coming from the outside.
Second down at the Morningside 45. 9 and some change to go. Blitz coming to Donnie's right. Picked up, and oh, he was just rocked as he was thrown. He's not going to get up. Oh, he was just leveled by Faltis. Oh, what a hit. You may have to just take 1 or 2 plays here.
I think growing up in that family in the Thanksgiving football games, he's got hit a little bit harder than that.
Probably. Let's give him a moment.
But that was a shot.
Yeah. Coming in will be Keegan James, the sophomore from Sheridan, Michigan. Last year it was Alex Alarcon, the backup, so Keegan didn't get much time. Well, didn't get any playing time last year. Keep an eye on Donnie down here. Oh. They're going to hand off. They're going to run it with Michael Johnson right side, looking for some help. He'll bull his way to about the 41 and pick up 4 yards. 9 minutes to go. Keegan looking to the sideline. Still want me out here, coach? Yep.
No, we're going to punt it away. We're
Fourth down,
field position.
Fourth down, you're right. Luke will try to punt this one away. Connor Niles back inside his own 10 to return for the Mustangs. Morningside 10-2 last year, 8-0 in the G-Pack. Wobbler going to angle it right side. It'll go out of bounds inside the 20. We'll see where they're going to guess to mark it. 17, 18-yard line. Yeah, could have been a little better. I think he'll tell you that. Keegan James warming up on the sideline. Donnie sitting on the bench talking to his coaches. There you see 98 Cole Ragone.
I think Donnie Buck is okay. Came over, got a drink of water.
Yeah, he was holding his back when he got hit.
Oh, he'll hold his back a lot more in the morning.
Yes, he will. Donnie out of Mount Carmel, of course, a Butkus name you should be familiar with, the grand nephew, Dick Butkus. Snapped Solzma, handoff to Ponder. Nice job by linebackers filling the hole. And he won't get much of anything.
Mason DeLong made that play even though he won't get credit with the tackle because he took on the lead blocker interference and let the inside pursuit come and make that play. That should go down as an assist in my book, but he'll never get an assist.
I'll go for it. Mason, just a freshman out of Bradley Bourbonnais. All-State honorable mention last year in high school from the Chicago Tribune, a 2-time All-State wrestler. A lot of wrestlers on this team. 3-3 defense here for the Saints. Play action counter, they're going to look long. And they got a man behind the defense, Connor Niles, and it is complete. And it's off to the races with Woodard. 15, 10, 5, touchdown. It goes for 82 yards. And Morningside takes the lead.
That was a pretty ball.
Yes, it was.
Puts it right on his hands. All he has to do is make a stutter move and he gets in for 6. But watch this. He puts it right on the money. A lot of time, no pressure. Got behind Woodard. Watch this, just a little move right there. Puts it in the second gear. There's a touch.
Connor Niles and Josh Woodard were fighting for position as Solzma was waiting to release that ball. And as soon as he saw Niles release, he just launched it. .7:29 to go. Extra points good. It's 19-14. Morningside.
We'll see if Donnie Buckus comes back and take this series offensively. He's still sitting on the sidelines on the bench right there with the offensive team. Morningside, of course, last year averaged over 50 points a ball game and almost 600 yards of total offense.
They can throw it. All eyes on number 8 right there, Donnie Butkus. See if he gets a helmet or if they're going to keep it away from him, because it looks like Keegan James is throwing, but he does have the green penny back on, which would indicate to me he's going to help hold up the cards to tell the play, to call the plays. But he is warming up.
This might be the most important drive of the game in terms of you not necessarily have to go down and score, but you have to control, maybe get 1 or 2 first downs, change the field position.
Can they keep up the mojo they had going in the first quarter?
Morningside's not a flashy team as you watch them. They're just fundamentally sound.
Yep. Lexus and looks like Jake Rdiger back there to return. Oh, I take that back. Jarrell Williams.
Get out of bounds.
It will. Thank you very much. Take that up to the 35-yard line. And Donnie Butkus, is he going in the game? Yes, he is. Helmet's on. Here comes Don.
I don't think there's ever any doubt that he's coming back in the game.
Hey. When he took a shot like that, I know he's a tough kid, but you never know. But if anyone would come back after taking a shot like that, it'd be that guy. Of course, out of Mount Carmel, a senior. It'll be Michael Johnson in at running back. So 1st and 10 for the Saints. Some real good field position here. Two wide receivers stacked up to the left. Tight end on the right side. Looking, has to roll out right, and he's going to be taken down behind the line. A big sack back to the 20. Yards backwards. Making the play. I believe that was.
And that's sometimes where he's just got to learn to get rid of the ball, roll out a little bit more. There's a receiver right there. Throw it over his head. Avoid the sack at all costs.
That was the defensive end, Nick Gustav, a freshman out of Hamburg, Germany. You don't see that a lot.
I think I like that recruiting job, especially in Oktoberfest. You know what I'm saying? Go over there for Oktoberfest, do a little recruiting.
Here comes the blitz right up the middle, Donnie. And he got no time at all. He'll go backward again to the 14-yard line and lose another 8 yards. Going the wrong way.
And he gets back there, and they just called all the dogs in.
Why wouldn't you blitz again?
We talked about minimizing the damage, didn't we? This might be the most important drive of the game.
Well, it's still true. Going to spread out 4 wide receivers. Johnson in to help protect. The blitz going to come from the right side of Don. He's going to throw that way. Has Marino. Has a blocker from. There he goes. Goes Zach Marino to the 50. A breaking a long one. It's a race up the right sideline. And he'll be taken down at the 26. And that goes for about 60 yards on the pitch and catch. And a lot of those yards after catch by Zach Marino.
You're third and what, 20-something? Why wouldn't you play zone? You bring in blitz, so what does that tell you? It's man. Look, he finds a seam, he's off to the races.
About 55 yards on the play from Marino. Butkus, a little more confidence now. He's going to look end zone for Peter. Zach has the height and a lot of contact, but no flag thrown. Incomplete. Nicely covered by Steve Evans. Freshman cornerback. He's playing pretty well against Peter Zach.
He is. The ball fake, be able to freeze the safeties and let Peter Zach work more towards the middle of the field.
I don't mind going to him again. Eventually, he's going to win that battle. 2nd down and 10, 27-yard line. Blitz being shown to the right of the offense. Michael's going to have to pick that up. Oh, they're going to back it off. Four-man rush. Middle of the field, deflected and nearly intercepted again. Looking for Lexus. It was Ricky Johnson, the corner, who knocked that one down.
Now is not even honoring the run fakes, and they know that every time St. Francis runs a football, watch it. He doesn't see the linebacker who deepened his drop a little bit. He never sees him. So Morningside has done a nice job of taking their inside backers and dropping them real quick in the pass coverage, taking away that inside lane.
5.5 to go, first half. Butkus in the shotgun again, 4 wide, and Johnson on his left hip. Four-man rush again. Pass left side.
Nice catch!
Beautiful catch up the middle, touchdown. Brandon Ruffin has 2. This one from 27 yards. St. Francis ties the game. The extra point will give them the lead.
I thought for sure that ball was going to be picked off from the angle we have up here in the press box, but watch, he puts it right on his hands. I don't think people appreciate how good a catch that is right there, extending it, juggle a little bit, putting a foot in the ground and taking it upfield for 6.
Brandon Ruffin, 12 touchdowns last year, already 2 today. Kick on the way for the extra. St. Francis takes the lead back from the number 4 team in the country, 21-20. 5.5 to go here in the first half.
You know what I liked about that drive better than anything? We told you what at home. We said this is the most important drive of this football game so far. First play, sack. Second play, sack. How are you defined usually in life or football? How you respond to adversity. So what they do, convert a third down. They had 3rd and 10, get a touchdown. That speaks more volumes than scoring the touchdown to me of how they respond to adversity.
Couldn't agree with you more, Coach. I was talking with Omar Raquel. If you remember Omar, he was a linebacker last year. His brother was on the line, Ali Raquel. And he was telling me, you know, last year it was a different vibe. It wasn't very good in the locker room. But he said this year's different. This year's a little bit better. People are being held accountable. It was a grind during the workouts, and I think it's starting to show.
You tell your team, if you're a good coach, that no matter how good you are, bad things are going to happen to you during the game. Fumble, turnover, strikeout, whatever it is. It's how you respond to that that's going to define that game for you.
21-20, 5.5 to go. We got ourselves a good one here on week number 1. It's a long game, though. Barnett to kick it away. And overran, but caught up in the wind a little bit there. Turn up the right sideline and finally pushed out of bounds at about the 33. Return man Chad Berg. Don't forget, Saints could be up by a few more here. Grayson missed a field goal early in the first half, the first quarter. Hopefully it doesn't come down to that.
I think there's going to be a few more touchdowns scored in this game that's going to make a difference.
I think you're right. Here at beautiful Joliet Memorial Stadium, a gorgeous day. The softball team's playing over to our right, some 16-inch. 75 degrees, a bit of a breeze, a gorgeous day. Ponder, the carry.
Nice support.
He picks up maybe a yard on that play. In among them, Kyle Krajelic, junior linebacker out of Streeter.
Mason DeLong again in there from his inside linebacker position.
They're high on Mason. He's an athlete, man.
He's had a nice first half here.
If you're starting as a freshman, there's got to be a reason. 2nd down and 9. Play action. Here comes pressure, though. Zlomi trying to get there. He can't. He was deked out and out of bounds. Ooh, and a little late hit there at the end.
No, he hit his own man.
It's going to bring up 3rd down to the scramble by the quarterback. First time we've had a chance. I take that back. I think that was DeLong again, 47, yeah. Not Zlomi, but DeLong putting the pressure on it. Right on cue.
It'd be huge to hold him here on 3rd down.
Oh, he went out of bounds a lot sooner than I thought. Wow, no gain. I thought he picked up a few yards, but 3rd down and 9. Looking to throw again. Here comes more pressure. Hit. Still on his feet. Down he Down he goes as he reaches out for about a 4 or 5 yard gain. He made something out of nothing. I thought he was going to lose a few. But that's going to bring up 4th down again. The St. Francis defense holds.
I would put twin returners back there so you don't get a bounce and get pinned inside your 20. I'd make sure first he punts the ball, second, no matter where it's at, I'd catch it. And St. Francis is doing that.
And the defense really stepped up here in the second quarter. Rdiger and Jackson. And look at their special teams coach saying, get back, get further back.
He does have the wind behind him.
Yeah. There is the kick, high spiral. Alexis Jackson there. He's going to try to return it, but no gain on the return, and a flag comes in. That can't be good.
I didn't see an illegal block.
I didn't see it, but you got to think of some kind of illegal block in the back, right? Let's get the official call from our referee. Yep. Come on.
Wow, Mr. Curmudgeon there on the official. You got
I have
the opening.
never heard before.
Stop playing music in between.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
And did you hear the Morningside crowd go crazy?
Must be real fun in his house during Christmas. No happiness here. Don't open your presents, kid. You know. My goodness.
All right. Well, the Saints offense back 10-yard line after the penalty. Just what they're trying to avoid.
Oh, my goodness.
3:46 to go in the half. Saints by a point and the ball. Donnie Butkus took a shot in the second quarter here, but still in the game. The run play goes -3.
What you want to do is what? You want to work some clock here. All right. Don't want to go conservative, but you want to work some clock here. Petersak's got one-on-one coverage.
Got Zach Marino one-on-one to the bottom. Here comes the blitz to the left of Donnie. Gets rid of it quickly down the seam and threw it behind him. It's intercepted. Here's Riley Johnson, the return. He'll take it up to the 15-yard line. And Morningside is in business.
I don't know if there's a bad throw or miscommunication because he threw it outside and the receiver broke to the inside.
I think he was worried about the blitz. Tried to get rid of it too soon. Threw it behind his receiver.
Yeah, we had no shot at this one. Threw it outside behind his receiver. That's an easy pick.
We got a warplane flying over us. Is that the B-52 bomber that was flying around earlier?
Really, I think it was St. Francis, Indiana, just scouting.
Can we get a shot of that? That is awesome. We got a little flyover here the next opportunity. Here is Stolzma. He's going to try to throw, dumps it down, and complete to Sam Akins, the fullback. There it is. Yeah, look at that thing flying overhead.
You know what's really cool? Last week at the Air and Water Show, I'm close enough to Chicago, live in Northwest Indiana, where they actually fly over my house as they're doing that. So I sit on my deck and watch the balloon. That was cooler than heck.
I think Lewis University is having some kind of festival with airplanes over there, and they got the B-52. As the run play goes right up the middle. Oh, but he breaks through the initial line into the end zone for the touchdown. It goes 11 yards on the ground. And Morningside takes advantage of the turnover, puts some more points on the board. They take the lead. I'd rather watch the airplane.
In your first ball game of the season, what are the 3 things that kill you? Turnovers, penalties, special teams. Any first game you play of the season, those are the 3 things as a head coach you would worry about.
A month one already. This one looks pretty good. You bet. 27-21. It's a 6-point lead for Morningside as we continue to trade touchdowns. These two teams have played once before back in 2011. Remember that game?
I do not.
That was a playoff game, the only time these two teams have met. St. Francis won that game 21-17 in the first round of the playoffs. St. Francis trailed by 3, 17-14 in the fourth. It was E.J. White who hit Lexus Jackson for a 69-yard touchdown with 7 minutes to go. That ended up being the winner.
I think E.J. White holds every passing touchdown completion record in St. Francis history. Who didn't he hit? He probably hit people in the stands.
E.J. White, 10,000 passing yards in his career, 103 touchdowns and 844 completions. There's your records.
Morningside has brought a nice contingent of fans to this ball game today.
Yeah, not too bad. Out of Sioux City, Iowa.
How long a drive is that?
Too long. It's right on the Iowa-Nebraska border.
That's real long.
Yep. Low kick, and it's going to give Williams a chance for a return. Bouncing left, back up the middle between the hash marks before he's brought down about the 21. 2:40 to go here in the first half, 27-21. We're going back and forth. St. Francis scored the first 2 touchdowns in the first quarter before Morningside put their first on the board. A 19-yard pass with a mixed extra point. Made it 14-7 after the first quarter. And then here in the second quarter, Morningside scores with about 12 minutes to go in the quarter. And then again, an 82-yard pass with about 7.5 minutes to go. St. Francis answered back with a Ruffin 27-yard touchdown before the one we just saw. Down the middle, Ray Vallot has some room. Up to the 43-yard line, 22 yards on the post route.
And of course, the clock stops in college football after each first down.
"44-yard line here for Donnie and company. He's going to change the play, and he's looking over to Brandon Ruffin. He's going to go his way. Double move, going to the sideline. He's got him behind. It's underthrown.
That's interference.
There's the flag. The ball was underthrown, but because it was underthrown, it caused the interference, and that'll be a 15-yarder.
He was draped all over him like a cheap suit. Watch this. Pump fake to the outside, tries to get inside. Look at the contact right there. Yeah, he took him to the ground.
First down for the Saints. They move the chains again. You know, see, we might have an opportunity to talk here at halftime, depending on how things go. Be first down and 10 at the 41 of Morningside. 2 wide receivers on each side. Michael Johnson on the right hip of Butkus. See if they bring a blitz. Oh, of course they do. Both sides. Firing quick left side, and again,
he had him open too. I think the ball slipped out of his hand. He had him wide open on the comeback.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. That one got away from Donnie. He's having to get the ball out a lot sooner than he wants, though.
If you could tell by formation-wise and pre-snap read where the blitz was coming from or the pressure, you might want to start rolling him out a little bit.
Yeah, a lot of different blitzes coming from Morningside. This one coming from the right of Butkus. 2-man blitz. That one's thrown, and that one's complete to Ruffin. That'll be enough for a first down up to the 29-yard line. Gain of 12. Donnie doing a nice job getting the ball out quickly. First and 10. Same formation, 2 wide outs right. Couple left. Screen pass for, oh, nice job of the DM, but nice job by the tackle and still get 6 or 7 yards. How did he do it? How did he get out of that tackle from Brad Wolf, the defensive lineman he sniffed that play out, Coach?
arm tackle. Watch this. He comes back, short screen. Watch this.
No, wasn't looking
right
just,
there.
Oh my
nice.
goodness.
That's good effort right
That's
there.
That's a defensive lineman that Ruffin just shed. Picks up 6, 2nd and 4. What a play. Brandon Ruffin, of course, the track and field phenom as well. Looking right down the middle. Ravelo wide open, middle of the field, takes a shot up to the 10. That's a first down. About 15 yards, and it's 1st and goal.
I would chew up as much clock as I could here.
65 seconds to go. Out route has Lexus, but he's taken down inside the 3-yard line. 2nd and goal from there.
That's a dangerous pass, especially on the goal line, because if you even short a yard, cornerback can take it and go 90 yards the other way. Impressive drive here so far by the Saints.
It is. They throw it or run it here, Coach?
You throw it.
Blitz coming. Looking, leaping into the end zone, incomplete. See who the receiver was. That was Ruffin again, but nicely defended. And Riley Johnson doing a nice job out there. 3rd down and goal here from the 3.
I think they missed some time on the clock because there was 47 seconds left to go when that play snapped.
That's not good. Donnie down. Here comes the blitz. He had 0 time. What a lightning bolt from Logan Roseboom.
You have to expect, especially on the goal line in a 3rd situation, they're going to let you get comfortable, which means you got to expect the blitz. You have to expect the blitz. Most teams do that.
30 seconds. I think they'll take a timeout after they let this clock tick down.
They'll run all the way down to 1 second, kick the field goal.
Oh, that one hurts. You're right there on the doorstep. Well, I'll tell you what, the defense for Morningside, the blitz packages that they're throwing out there on week 1, it's been pretty tough. Here's your timeout with 3 seconds to go.
Now, they opened the game up when they playing a 4-3 base defense. Then they went to some outside pressure from the linebacker. Now, you see them blitz more up the middle, especially when they're in short yard situations. That was a goal situation right there. So they bring the pressure up the middle, not let him get comfortable in the pocket.
New sports information director Luke Tanaka down there working on the keyboard, doing a nice job getting this prepared, everything we need here today. Shout out to our old guy too, by the way, Dave Hilbert, watching out in his new home in Atlantic Beach, North Carolina. Saying go Saints.
You think he's in the path of the hurricane? You think he's getting a lot of rain?
No, I think the hurricane's in Texas. He's in North Carolina.
Okay.
So he should be good.
I'm just saying. I had some issues with the new guy.
Yeah?
Luke, because he went to Elmhurst, I went to Augie, so I don't think that's going to bode well the rest of the season.
Well, I'll just sit back and watch the show then.
No, I'm not saying I didn't like him, but there's a history there.
Just can't get past it. All right, Grayson Barnett on to redeem himself after the missed field goal in the 1st quarter. This one will be a 25-yard try. He was 6 for 11 last year. Snaps good, holds down, kick on the way. Plenty of leg. That one's through. St. Francis puts a few more on the board. They trail by 4, or make that 3, 27-24. See if we can get Donnie Butkus at all before they travel into the halftime locker. I think they do have to kick this off, though, right?
Yeah, I don't think 3 seconds came off that clock.
Well, the Morningside players are leaving, so I think they're fine with just going ahead. And Coach Curry's like, well, I don't. Yep, that's going to do it. We're going to call it a halftime. We're going to see if we can track down Donnie, see how he's doing, and talk about the offense a little bit. Not sure if we're going to have success doing it. First time trying this, trying something new here.
He might be already in the locker room.
He might be already there. Oh, there he is. He's down there. We see him. Hey, Donnie, can you hear us?
I hear you.
Hey, how's it going down there? First off, how you doing?
Good.
You feeling okay?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. Feeling great. Ready to go.
Took quite a shot there, man.
yeah, a few.
Talk about that offense. You guys were clicking early on through the air, being very efficient. I know camp was pretty exciting for you. You guys came out and executed. Talk about how your offense is doing today.
Yeah, no, I think we're doing a great job. We're playing fast. We're playing physical, and we like our matchups out there. We came in with a strategy, and we're sticking to it, and it's been working for us. We're planning on just keep doing the same thing and keep playing, keep running it down their throats, you know?
All right, keep it up, man. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Donnie Butkus took a shot, but it looks like he's doing okay. Of course, the senior quarterback out of Mount Carmel. We're going to take our break as well. It's 27-24 here. St. Francis unranked against the number 4 team in the country, keeping it exciting here in the first half. Well, the second half coming up in just a few minutes on the USF Sports TV Network.
Saints fans, it's time to announce today's raffle winner. If your name is called, please report to the press box. The first prize is an Xbox One. The winner of the Xbox One is Michael Sharnock. Again, Xbox One winner, Michael Sharnock. Please report to the press box. The second prize is for Cubs bleacher tickets. And the winner, Keith Pullen. Again, Keith Pullen, winner of Cubs bleacher tickets. And the last grand prize is a Theo Elston autographed ball. And the winner is Craig Dorr. Craig Dorr, you are the winner of the Theo Elston autographed signed baseball.
Welcome back to Memorial Stadium. Nick Jacobs and Turnbow here. It's 27-24. Saints trail the number 4 team in the country by just a field goal. And we're, you know, talking about the game, and things are going real well. Offense is clicking. We talked to Donnie. He likes it. Apparently, Donnie should really, really like what he's done, Coach.
Donnie Buckus in the first half, and if you were just watching this game at home, you would not realize this.
No.
Donnie Buckus, 24 out of 37 for 403 yards and 3 touchdowns in the first half. He's only trails E.J. White, I believe, for the most passing yards in St. Francis history in the game. E.J. White had 429, I believe. So he only trails by 26. Excuse me. But the thing that I like about this is that a couple things jump out. St. Francis ran 56 offensive plays in the first half. Morningside only ran 35. St. Francis, 403 yards of passing, just 16 yards on the ground. Total of 419 yards of offense in the first half. Morningside, excuse me again, ran the ball for 82 yards, and their quarterback, Trent Solzma, 14 out of 17 for 268 yards and 3 touchdowns. St. Francis held the ball for 17 minutes and 46 seconds. It's only 12 minutes and 14 seconds for Morningside. A couple things that I liked about this: possession time, St. Francis, 18 minutes to 12. But third down conversions, St. Francis, 6 out of 11 third down conversion rates. So I like that. The thing that is going to play big, I think, here in the second half, Nick, is number one, what does St. Francis defensively do in this opening drive of the second half? They had to make some adjustments, because even though Morningside only ran 35 plays, they scored 27 points. So that discrepancy, you really want to see change a little bit. But I like the way that they're playing. Receivers are hot. Ray Velo, 7 catches for 81 yards. Brandon Ruffin, 5 catches for 112 yards and 2 touchdowns. Caught a long ball of 43 yards. So that's real nice. We talked about defensively. Mason DeLong, 5 unassisted tackles in the first half. Roger Thigpen had 3 unassisted and 3 assisted tackles. So St. Francis, I think, going into the ball game, Nick, if you said, hey, St. Francis, opening game of the season, you'd be trailing the number 4 team in the country by 3 points at the end of the first half, you would take that any day. But having said that, you'd also say, hey, you know what? We should probably be up in this football game right now.
Yes, they should. They played well enough to be winning. A couple, not too many lapses on defense, but there was one. A receiver got open in the end zone on a missed assignment, and a couple long balls. But other than that, they've been good. Grayson missed a field goal, so at least probably should be tied. But if you take those miscues out of the game, I think St. Francis is playing better football today so far than Morningside, even though they are trailing by 3, which is all that matters, I suppose.
You would say that, but man, I like the way they were playing this football game.
Yep, it's going to be an exciting second half here, Coach. 27-24, 15 minutes back up on the clock. It'll be Morningside getting the football to start off. They'll have the win here in the third, which means when we flip for the fourth, we'll have the win at our back as we go. I should say St. Francis will have the win at their back as they go left to right. Or we'll be going right to left. I appreciate everyone tuning in on WCSF 88.7. If you're tuning in today, you're driving around, getting your work done on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. Some cloud-filtered sunshine.
And one thing I want to key on here early is that their starting running back, Bubba Jenkins, I don't know if he's hurt or out. He only carried the ball 4 times for 7 yards.
Yeah, we haven't seen him since early in the first quarter.
half.
That's an important piece of information there. He's a highly touted running back, but yeah, he hasn't been in the game for a while. Here we go, kick things off. Grayson Barnett does the honors. It'll get caught up in the wind. The return will start from the 15-yard line. Past the 30, 35, up the right sideline, and some blockers. Back toward the middle of the field, finally tripped down to the 40-yard line. Had to be traced down by Thigpen. Not a good start there, but Morningside, great field position as they're inside St. Francis territory.
45 yards on the kickoff return.
Could have been Randez, I believe, who actually tracked him down on the special teams tackle. And it's still in the backfield for Morningside there. Backup running back, Rdiger Ponder, a freshman out of Omaha Burke High School. Number 21. There's your starting quarterback, Trent Solzma. Take the snap. Quarterback keeper on the option play.
Nice tackle.
A nice tackle indeed by Dakota Dorr, the safety coming up making the play. 4 yards on the keeper.
But you have to trust your inside people to make that tackle. You can't have, as a defensive end, you suck down, especially between the tackles, and give the quarterback an open lane to the outside.
I thank the Laquettas as well for our lunch today. Very good as always.
I love that woman.
Play action again. Salzman is going to throw. Crossing route, middle of the field. It is a perfect pass caught by Niles and a first down for Morningside.
Niles 567 yards and a touchdown in the first half.
Moving the chains here as they're inside the 25. Quickly come the Mustangs. 3 steps, looking, nothing there. Pump fakes, he's going to run it. Nope. Nice contain. You got to keep it up on the outside, though. He's going to have some room with a blocker in front of him. Solzmo will go out of bounds at the 13-yard line. He might be just shy of the first down.
Let's see where they mark him a half a yard short, looks like.
So second down and about an inch at the 14-yard line for Solzman and the Mustangs. Making it look easy here. How do you come out of the halftime locker room? That is the question. Give to Ponder. Off the guard, he sheds tackle. 1 tackle. Still bowling his way inside the 5 for a first down. It'll be first and goal from the 3.
This opening drive sets a tone for the entire second half.
They're going no huddle here, as they have all game. Very quickly, though, they give to Ponder again. Dancing behind the line, looking for a hole. Not there this time. Tackle made by Zlomi, the junior out of Wilmington.
You see right now, nice job by the inner line for St. Francis.
Second and goal. Play action. They're on the quarterback. Jump throw. Ah! Picked off. Dakota Dorr dives in front of the receiver to make the play. What a play. A touchdown saving play by Dakota Dorr. Unbelievable.
Oh, let's see where they marked this, because that's going to be a big thing. I think it was a touchback. I think he was still in the end zone.
It's got to be.
Watch this ball late. The one thing as a quarterback, you never want to throw the ball late. Look at that. He is, he's definitely in the end zone.
Shoulder ended in the end zone. They're marking him at the 1-inch line.
That's a wrong call.
That's completely wrong.
That's a wrong call.
His shoulder was down in the end zone.
If we get a chance to see that again, that's a wrong call.
Joe Curry not putting up too much of a fight about it. Well, St. Francis has
see it again right here. Interception, 1 foot,
Where's the
2
ball?
foot. He got pushed. He's in the end zone.
Yeah. Whew, rough break there for the Saints, but they do have the football.
He is in the end zone. And that should be a touchback.
The referees are still discussing it. That's a good sign for St. Francis.
He got contact, 1 foot down, 2 feet down, didn't have an impetus or make an effort to get out of the end zone. Shoulder was down in the end zone, gentlemen. That's a touchback.
A long meeting of the minds.
It's a touchback.
It should be. They have discussed things and changed calls already today. Coach Curry
intercepts the ball, 1 foot down, 2 foot down, contact in the end zone, should be a touchback.
And they made the right call, correct? Nicely, other officials give them grief every now and again, but
you know what I like most about this is I've been right on 2 calls.
Give me some, man.
You know, first game of the season, I'm right on 2 calls.
Here's informed. That's what they call it.
We ought to go to the boat after this. I'm hot.
The referees still discussing here. I'm not sure what else there is to talk about. It's going to be first down and 10 for the Saints at the 20. And a beautiful play by Dakota Dorr. The senior safety out of Metamora. Second in tackles last year. He had 3 interceptions in the season. Was an all-conference honorable mention. Donnie takes a snap. Blitz coming again inside. They're going to run it right at the teeth of that blitz, but only a pickup of 2 by Jordan Smith.
Offensive linemen got to do a better job of staying on their guys, not running past the point of attack.
Give him 3 on the carry. Cross Ray Velo. He was hit as the ball arrived. Looked pretty clean. Making the pop. Chase Nelson, the safety on Ray.
Ray Velo caught 7 balls for 81 yards in the first half. Does a nice job working the inside out of the slot receiver position for the Saints.
3rd down and 7. Big play. Every 3rd down's a big play. See if they bring the blitz. Nope, 4-man rush. Downey across the middle.
Nice
Lexus
catch.
Jackson spins, makes the grab, and a 1st down. Lexus having a great game.
That ball was a little bit behind him, and he came back, and I think he caught it with one hand, brought it with the second hand. You can see on the replay. Downey puts it right here. Yep, one hand brings it back in. Nice catch.
1st down. Lexus Jackson, heck of a play. See if they bring that blitz again. Nope, keeping it back. Downey throwing. Almost intercepted, and it should have been. Right through the hands of Clayton Nordine, the safety.
That time he locked on his receiver and gave the safety a read as to when to break on that ball. Did a nice job, just couldn't corral it in and watch it. He locks on. Right now, all of a sudden, boom, breaks in front, jumps the route.
Setting up for a nice pump fake here, double move. Brandon Ruffin wide left, Zach Marino down here to the right. Jordan Smith, the running back. See if they bring it here on 2nd and 10. Ray Velo will reposition. Blitz shown, backs off. Right side to Marino, looking for some help. Nice job breaking 1 tackle, gets it up near the 50. That'll be enough for a 1st down. 11 yards on the yards after catch for Zach Marino.
And with his next completion, I believe that Mr. Buckus will set the all-time record for most passing yards in a game.
Yes, how many?
He had 403 going into this drive. The record was 429.
Yeah, I think he might have done it. We don't have the official stats, so it's hard to tell exactly, but he's going to look long here. He's got Peterzak underthrown, and wow, I think it might have been intercepted before Peterzak got control. Wow, that is awful close there. Make that call, guys. And none of them want to give up the ball. They're going to say interception. Yep, they're going to give it to Evans. Here's the replay.
And watch him. Dual possession usually goes to the offensive team. Oh, he just got inside position. Yep, he's got it. 1 foot down, 2 foot down.
Yeah.
Knee down.
Heck of a play. Little underthrown. Donnie's underthrown a few balls here.
Donnie's getting the heck beat out of him today, though.
That is true. He sounded very upbeat at halftime, as you would expect he would. And a heck of a play by that young man, Steve Evans. Morningside takes it back. Up 3. 11:39 to go, 3rd quarter. Shotgun this time is Solzma. Man in motion, and we're going to flip it. They have a track down nicely. Who was there first? Was that Zlomi in among them?
Zlomi and Mason DeLong does a nice job of scraping from his linebacker position, string that play out. Neither team has had too much success running the football.
Zlomi is limping as he's getting back to his left end spot. Big boy from Wilmington. Play action. Solzma, quick fire.
Oh, nice hit.
Immediately hit as the ball arrived. Dakota Dorr, another great play. A lot of helmet to helmet there, inadvertently, of course, for Chad Berg, the intended receiver.
Watch him break, and watch him just break this up. Boom. Didn't hit him in the helmet, hit him on his shoulder pad. That's a nice play.
Brings up 3rd and 11. You see Jamal Stovall trying to get the crowd into it, the freshman cornerback here in the bottom of the screen, number 6. They're going to screen it.
Bubble screen. Nice tackle.
They got him. He is shy by a yard. That brings up 4th down. Decision time for Morningside.
That's Mr. Dorr again, I believe. He's having a heck of a defensive series here for the Saints.
They're going to bring out the punt team.
Dorr out of Metamora. Watch this play, right? He's out of Metamora?
Absolutely.
To a high school football game in Metamora?
No, sir.
It is an event. Very nice. What high school football should be all about.
Punt is away. Low end over
Pick
end.
it up.
Lexus, it bounces way over his head. He's going to track it down. And it probably would have been worse if he let it go, but he'll go to the 10. That probably bounces all the way near the end zone. They might have tracked that down. I don't hate him for that.
As soon as you see that ball end over end, you got to run up and catch it on the fly because the ball is going to do exactly that. And you never want to catch that ball over your shoulder as a punt return because you take your eyes off the defensive coverage team.
St. Francis is going to have it at their 13. Where are they going to put it? They get the 12. First and 10 at the 12 for Donnie Butkus and company. Again, we don't have the official numbers, but we assume at least one more pass will give him the all-time passing record for a single game. And again, we got 10:19 to go in the quarter. They're going to hand it off this time to Mike Johnson.
That's fine.
You bet. He'll pick up 3.
That's all I want. Run the ball between the tackles. Don't try to stretch it out to the edge. Take your 3 yards. Be happy with that. Almost 4 yards.
Actually, looks like they gave him 4, so we'll say 2nd and 6. Donnie in the gun. Johnson on his left hip. 2 wide receivers on each side. Blitz being shown to Donnie's right. Here it comes right at his face. He throws at it. And incomplete. Looks like he was looking for Velo. Not nearly enough time for those receivers to do anything. That blitzer went unblocked.
First couple times at St. Francis in this second half have gone to almost like a bubble wide receiver screen to the outside. They've had a lot of success running inside routes past the linebacker depth.
Clock stopped, 9:46 after the incomplete pass. Again, Saints trail by 3, 27-24. Donnie, Velo, well underthrown. I think he was waiting for Velo to come back, and even Ray patted his chest and said, my bad. Miscommunication, that's going to bring up a 3 and out, though.
What you want to do is you want to sit down as a wide receiver. You get the first down yards. The cornerback's playing off. You just sit down, come back to the ball. Look, watch all the green grass that's in front of him. Look, there's nobody there. If he just sits down and comes back to the ball, route, that's a first down.
Luke Nelson on the boom it away. Oh, it didn't get all of that one, but it might take a good bounce. It does. Past the 40.
Attaboy.
Lexus Jackson's going to tell the ball to come to a bit of a rest at the 31-yard line. Nice punt by Luke. He got away with it.
And what happened? That ball was what? End over end. So what happens? It continues that forward whirl.
See if the defense can step up again here. Offense in the first half was just on fire. Total yards, 419, a majority of them through the air, a vast majority of them through the air. Kind of stalled out here in the second half after the adjustments made by Steve Ryan and company over there on Morningside. Morningside was rated 6th in the offseason, and then they were bumped up to 4th in the country in the preseason poll. Ross goes in motion. Sulzman, the pistol formation play action. He's going to look long. They're going to fire long. They got a man again. And a beautiful play by Arthur King to knock it away. That was a big play potential that Arthur King broke up.
I don't think he was going to get his head around soon enough to bat that ball away with his inside arm.
He just looked at the receiver's hands.
He was in trail to think, watch this. Nice ball fake, freeze, no pressure, puts the ball, look at this. He has his head, and all of a sudden at the last minute just turns around and gets that left arm up.
Arthur King playing some pretty good corner today. Play action again. They're going to look for the out route. Nothing there. Pressure put on. Firing downfield again. Wide open is Niles. It's caught, and it's going to go for 6. Jamal Stovall got beat, and it goes for 69 yards. See why they put up all the numbers they did last year.
Morningside has a lot of nice possession receiver type of kids on their roster in this offense.
guys who make nice moves out of their first break and get wide open.
9:14 to go, makes it 33-24.
And he just does a nice job of putting this ball right in the hands. Gets by our defender by about 5 yards and is Katie bar the door.
Extra point up. And it's good. 34-24. The lead now 10 for Morningside with 9:14 to play in the third quarter.
Offense has got to get something established here on this drive. At least take some time off and flip the field position if that's all you can afford to do.
Niles' second touchdown of the game. He's over 200 yards receiving.
We talked about this in the first half. How well do you respond against adversity? Now Morningside comes out and put a tutty on the board now. 9 minutes left to go in the third quarter. See how the offense responds for St. Francis.
See a tutty?
Tutty.
I like it. I'm stealing that for Fridays. I can't use it now.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I like it. 9:14 to go, 34-24. I think Jamal Stovall's starting to cramp up a little bit down there too. They got a potent attack, that is for sure. Mudson, the kicker, will get things ready. Arvid Johnson in attendance, as he always is, especially on opening day. President of St. Francis. Very big supporter of the football team. There he is. Man on the right. I'll talk with him. He was excited about getting Morningside. He said the Morningside AD and president are down here as well. Lexus cuts in front, takes the kick to return past the 20, tripped up at about the 23. That's where Donnie Butkus and company will come out. You ready for the fight tonight?
I don't know who I want to go for. You know, if I sit there and watch it, fall asleep on the couch, I just want to watch it for the event.
Yep, that's pretty much all it is. Yeah, I'm rooting for the underdog. O'Connor.
Even if you're McGregor, wouldn't you just do your martial arts stuff, try to beat him up?
Well, you can't do that. It's a
boxing.
I know.
Who cares if you get disqualified? You know what I'm saying?
Just to make him pay. Here we go. Donnie in the shotgun again. Looking right, stopping. Peter Zach with the catch. Rolls out to the sideline at the 35. Should be enough for the first down, depending on the spot.
And I
thought he had it.
I think with that completion, he just set the all-time single-game record for most passing yards in St. Francis.
Sure did. 429 yards by E.J. White back in 2013. Donnie Butkus breaks that with 9 minutes to go in the third quarter. Unfortunately, they trailed by 10. Unbelievable. Here's Donnie again. Looking left, checks it down, but he wouldn't have gone anywhere. Setting up Jalen Moore there. Incomplete, third down. So they didn't give him that first down. It's actually third down and about a foot.
You know what I like to see? Old school football right here. Line up under center. Take it on a quick count. Quarterback sneak for a first down.
He'll be in that shotgun. Jordan Smith will circle to the right side. 4 wide receivers again. See if Donnie runs it. No blitz. They're going to hand it. Was that a direct snap to Jordan? It goes for about 12 yards. I didn't see a handoff. Jordan Smith picks up the first down. No, he did. Just a quick handoff to Jordan.
Oh, there was a big bubble between the tackles there. The overshift to try to get some outside pressure.
First and 10 at the 4 for USF. 8:17 to go. Looking left, nothing there. Checking back right, steps up. Donnie's got some room, and he dives. Play gets to about the 47-yard line. Only picked up 2 or 3. I think he tried to slide, but wasn't very much room.
Well, that's okay. At least he didn't get his head taken off because, you know, back in the old days, he probably would try to run the guy over.
Yeah, he would last year, you mean. Don's not one to shy away. Picked up 3, 2nd and 7, 47-yard line. or 48, I should say. And somebody's yelling for a timeout. It's going to be timeout for Morningside. 7:37 to go. It's a 10-point lead for the Mustangs, 34-24 here on opening week of the USF sports or USF football team. After today, next week is an off week. Thank you very much. They'll have 2 weeks to prepare for the #1 team in the country, St. Francis, Indiana. That one's on the road in Fort Wayne. That team's
very good.
Yeah, they're good. Speaking of good teams, Marion, the Knights down in Indiana. We've covered them a long time. Krishan Hogan. That name ring a bell? Remember him? Krishan?
Yeah, he's the wide receiver.
Yep, the big wide receiver, set all kinds of records. Right now, he's on the depth chart over there in Arizona for the Arizona Cardinals. Getting a lot of playing time here this preseason. Really hoping he does well. It's always
he
good.
didn't get drafted, though.
No, he was an undrafted free agent. Gets picked up by the Cardinals. And what better organization to go to for a young wide receiver than playing for Larry Fitzgerald?
Fitzgerald dude, right?
Yeah.
He, like a mentor.
Yeah, I've been following him along his journey in the NFL, and it's exciting. Obviously St. Francis and Marion are fun rivals to watch, but whenever anyone from the NAIA gets a call up to play with the big boys on Sundays, it's always fun to watch. So we're all wishing the best for Krishan Hogan over there in Arizona.
He was a man playing with boys. At this
Unstoppable.
level?
Unstoppable, yeah. Here we go. It is 3rd and 7 for USF at their own 48-yard line. Donnie changing the play at the line. See if they bring anybody. Nope, 4-man across the middle, and Brandon Ruffin, or Alexis Jackson didn't have a chance, and that's because he got hit. Alexis points over to the official.
And now the official's telling him, hey, you got to calm down.
I think he's just saying, good call, ref.
Can't play music between things. You can't do anything. You know, when I go to a Purdue game, because my children go to Purdue, I'm going to tell them, the band, hey, can you guys not play? Because we sit like kind of close to the band section over there.
Please
I'm
keep
like,
it down.
Can you guys just keep that down a little bit?
Get Caden McDonald, the linebacker, the senior, for the pass interference. That gives St. Francis offense some new life here. 7.5 to go.
You almost get the feeling that you got to come away from this drive with some points, because the way that Morningside is putting up points.
First and 10 inside Morningside territory, 47-yard line. Here comes the blitz. They're going to run right at it. And they get a yard from Jordan Smith.
That was almost more than a pass blitz.
Not very many rushing yards to be had for any team
for
today.
either side.
Morningside had 82 at halftime. St. Francis just 16. Second down and 9. Throwing left, and it is complete at the 40-yard line. A pickup of 6 for 3rd down. That was Brandon Ruffin again.
I don't think that you're in 4-down territory yet with 6:45 left going to third quarter, trailing by 10. But it wouldn't shock me if they went for it if they don't convert here.
Third and 3. Corners are off of the receivers. Donnie, 3 steps. Across the middle of the field, and it was deflected and incomplete. Was that deflected by a lineman?
I thought it was. Thought somebody got their hand up.
And Donnie's not in a hurry to come off the field. 4th and 3.
See, that was almost, if you have the twins to the right side, and let's see where it gets deflected at. He's going short for a dump, and we'll see right there, left hand. That you would go to what's called a now route or a stop route, where the receiver would just take 1 step, come back to the ball, get it, and try to beat his man one-on-one, especially with that 8 to 10 yard cushion on the outside.
Luke Nelson is on to punt. 6:17 to go. Saints still trail by 10 here. Can't find the offense we had in the first half here in this third quarter. High. It's going to be a little too long, I think. Bounces at the 1. Oh, just
good effort.
Missed it. Oh my, Luke Nelson can just put that on a dime. Lexus Jackson just missed, just out of his reach. He needed another inch on his fingers to tip that back. Luke is, I'll tell you what, the skill he has in his right leg.
He gets to this.
My Lord.
Nice bounce.
Look at that.
Right there.
It came back.
Goal line, jumps up, and no.
Just missed it. Look at that.
So I'm guessing that the coaches on the volleyball team here at St. Francis are not going to have him spike at the net. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think so. He'd be the libero coach.
Whatever that is, that's a defensive guy, right?
Yes, you are right.
You got to wear a different color jersey, right?
Correct, yeah. You know your volleyball.
All right.
Ross goes in motion to the right side of the line. Solzma turns and gives to Ponder. He bounces right, has some room. He'll pick up a first down on 11 yards on the carry to the 31-yard line. All the scoring we had in the first half.
Yep.
Just kind of died here in the third. I expect another big fourth quarter, though. Same formation, other side, same play. They give to Ponder. He bounces, looking for some room in the middle. Only picks up a yard that time. Sniffed out nicely by the Saints defense. Among them, Kyle Kurjelik.
Be huge if St. Francis go home here.
Get some good field position.
Yeah, you'd get the ball if you get a decent return at least to your 30.
Solzma's going to dump it down Ponder on the check down. He's got some room in the middle of the field to play with. He's going to pick up a first down all the way up to the 48-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards. Good eyes by Solzma to find his running back.
Just a little check down there in the flat.
Ponder is not getting up very quickly either. He's their backup running back. Their starter, Bubba
Jenkins.
Yeah, Jenkins, thank you very much. Bubba Jenkins played maybe the first series, and we haven't seen him since.
You know, he had 4 carries for 7 yards early in the first quarter.
But he's coming into the game, so he must be, he's healthy. Are they just going with the hot hand or what? That is unbelievable. Here he is again on the replay. See what happened. I don't know. Just tweaked a...
Looks like he got hit on his lower left leg. I'll be like a hockey coach. He had a lower body.
Lower body, yeah. Bubba Jenkins coming back in, though. If he's just as dangerous, if not more so, than Ponder has been. Well, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe Ponder's their guy. .509 to go here in the third. First down and 10 at the Mustang 48. Think of that second down. Looking to throw. Nice move by Solzma. He's going to pump. Nope, now he's going to keep it and go. Scampers out of bounds at about the 43, 44-yard line. He'll be about a yard shy of the first down.
I think that's where you get spoiled last year, having Brayboy and Smitty, you know, and just how quick and aggressive and fast they were, run down quarterbacks.
Yeah, the defensive line is much changed. Hard to keep guys like that guy, Solzma, in the pocket. A give to Jenkins right up the middle. Dorr comes up from his safety spot and makes the tackle, but a first down is earned by Morningside. Going to put it at the 37-yard line. The lead is 10, and there is number 10, Bubba Jenkins. Counter, gonna go right side. He's got a lot of room, the race is on.
Nice block by his wide receiver, too.
Tracked down from behind by Dakota Dorr. Dorr's been everywhere, but Bubba Jenkins, you see a little extra speed there? That's what you're getting with Bubba instead of having Ponder, and is that breakout speed.
Watch him follow the block right there by 45. Cuts it inside, bounces back outside. Nice job of downfield blocking by his wide receiver, too.
Again to Jenkins between the tackles this time, and he'll pick up 4, maybe 5 on the play. 4 minutes and counting here in the third. Here comes the blitz by St. Francis. Can they get to him? Nope, they lofted into the end zone. A little bit too much on it. Looking for Tanner Versteeg. The back of the end zone, incomplete.
And that's hard for a defense to do because the cornerback let him go on the first initial move, hoping that safety would get over there in time. And that's very hard, especially in the red zone, for the safety to get over from the middle of the field, to get over there in that corner and cover that pass.
Here's the third down play. Firing into the end zone and incomplete. Good eye there, coach. He was wide open on the post. But they were looking for Connor Niles and just missed him. I think the quarterback, Sulzman's going to want that one back.
He had the ball just sailed on him. He tried to go, lead him inside. The ball just got away from him a little bit. Still, that might be a pass that he should have caught.
Fourth down. There. Here's our fourth down play. Stepping up. Pump fake. Here comes the throw into the end zone. It's well into the back of the end zone and incomplete. St. Francis takes over inside their 15-yard line. Defense bends but doesn't break.
That was huge because you're chasing 10 with 3.5 left to go in the third quarter. Couldn't afford to give up another touchdown. Nice job by defense St. Francis. He tried to lead his receiver to the inside, but if he would have caught it, would have been out of bounds.
See if Donnie can get something happen. A lot of magic in the first half. He already has the single-game passing record. Oh, that was set back in 2013 by E.J. White of 429 yards. So we still got minutes to go in the third. 4 wide receivers. Here's Donnie. Looks left, goes right, and that one is incomplete. Man, things are just happening, I think, a lot quicker than they wanted to go.
Well, also, I think there's a concerted effort by the Morningside defensive line, knowing that they can't get them without pressure to Donnie Buckets without blitzing them. So what are they going to do? They're going to stop, stay in their lane, get their hands up as soon as they see him cock his arm, and they deflected 3 balls here in the second half.
Here's the blitz again from Donnie's blind side. He throws, and it is complete to Marino. Breaks off the first tackle, but there's 3 more Mustangs to take him down to the 21. He'll be a yard shy of the first down stick. 3rd down and 1.
Well, they're going to give it a first down.
Oh, wow. Okay. Take that. Put it at the 22, and that is indeed a first down. Butkus in that pistol. Johnson right behind him. 2 wide right, 2 left. Ruffin, far left. Take a shot here, coach? Nope, they're going to run it. Johnson right between the tackles. Still nothing there.
Just trying to keep the defense honest. You got to run between tackles every once in a while.
Mike, the sophomore out of JCA, got some pretty significant playing time as a freshman last year. Performed pretty well. 99 carries, 453 yards last year with a couple touchdowns. 2 yards there, 2nd down. Quick throw, Lexus just got popped as soon as that ball got there and it jarred it loose. That play made by Jesse Fultis, the junior linebacker from Dodge, Nebraska.
Kind of here in the second half. I know we had success running some slots and the little skinny seam routes, but we haven't seen Peterzak here in a while.
Another 3rd down. Blitz inside. Donnie, quick throw to Marino. Can he get enough? Oh, he can't hang on. I think he probably would have picked up that first down.
You've been close.
Whew, he can't. He drops it, and Luke Nelson back on to punt it away.
What was the first part of this equation? Secure the catch.
Yep. Connor Niles, Chad Berg, back from Morningside to return, standing Thrown 30 and 31-yard lines. Here is Luke. Wobbler, not as long as he usually is. It'll be Niles from the 40. A wall over there, and he goes up the right sideline. He's got the punter to beat. Luke forces him out of bounds. And great field position for a very dangerous offense.
He got outside of contain on a punt return. That can't happen because as soon as you get outside contain, if you get one block, you take it to the house. Watch this. Pretty good punt. Fields it at the 40. And watch this. There's nobody outside of the hash. As soon as he gets to the hash, there's nobody. The contain man gets blocked inside. He's right down the sideline. You can't expect a lineman to go down there and get contained.
And here's some coaching going on down there from our field mic. Saying that very interesting to hear the conversation down there. The handoff goes to their big fullback, Dante Anderson out of Tucson, Arizona.
It always strikes me as weird. Guys would come from, like, you know, California out to the Midwest, or Tucson, Arizona. Let's go to Sioux City. I mean, that's got to be a heck of a recruiting job. You know, Tucson's nice, got great weather and everything, but why don't you come to South Dakota?
Well, hey, you know what? Maybe the number 4 next to their name has something to do with it.
That might have something to do with it.
Pickup of 3, 2nd and 7. Jenkins in the game, but it's going to be Salzman to throw. It's going to be a screen over to Jenkins. He's hit, sheds 1 tackle. Tries to spin out of the second, but picks up about 8 yards, or make that 6 yards. It'll be a yard shy. 3rd down. I'll make it 2. 3rd down and 2 now for Morningside. Another big stop needed here by this defense. They've been out there for a while.
It seems like they've been out here the whole 3rd quarter.
Yeah. Music guy still trying to sneak some in there. Under a minute to go here in the 3rd. I formation, they're going to throw. So caught to Ross, 1st down. Got what you needed, 1st and goal.
It's not that fancy from the Morningside offense, is it? It's just very basic, not a basic offense, but they execute, they do the little things very well.
Two wide receivers off left, 1 right. They're going to give it to their big running back. He's going to be tracked down from behind by Alex Zlomi. The carry by Dante Anderson.
Let's see what they like to do. Nice pursuit on the backside there. Come down line scrimmage. See if Morningside, looks like Morningside is going to be content to let the 3rd quarter run out here.
And they will do that. As we come to the end of our 3rd, 34-24. Not a lot of scoring here in the 3rd after an explosive first half. We'll see what the 4th quarter holds. We're a minute away from that. This is the Saints in Morningside. It's a 10-point lead for the Mustangs on the USF Sports TV network.
It's our conference meet, so it's kind of our biggest meet of the year. Sharon was a Lindsey Wilson runner. We'd known each other for a long time, and she is a sweetheart. She's absolutely adorable. You would never want anything bad to happen to her in a race, ever.
And we were 2.5 miles into it, and Darcy and I were in 2nd and 3rd, and Sharon was in 1st. We knew that she had gone the wrong way because we could barely still see her. She was still pretty far in front of us.
She still came in 3rd place at the finish, but I came in 1st and Danielle came in 2nd. Immediately, we just go, no! We like both literally did this motion with our arms.
We didn't want the credit for 1st and 2nd because we knew that's not what it really was.
Well, I'm very proud of our girls. You know, you can't help but be proud. Anytime someone does the right thing, no matter what. In our day and age now, it's everybody out for themselves mostly. And I think it's just, we're teaching the kids the wrong thing when we do something like that. We need to teach them, yeah, you want to win. You want to be the best. You should strive to break a record. But remember, you know, the lifestyle you live is the most important thing of all.
We do have some more USF sports coming up later on today on our YouTube channel here, live from the stadium. Women's soccer takes on Cleary at 4:30. Men's soccer against Lincoln Christian at 7. And then volleyball takes on Marion over at the Athletic Center. I believe that was earlier today, actually. Check everything out at GoFightingSaints.com. Here we go, second down and goal at the 8 for Morningside. It's going to be an option play. Solzman's going to keep it. Jumps, and it'll be about a yard or two shy of the end zone. Brings up third down. Got some numbers for us there, Coach?
I do. Donnie Buckus, 29 out of 52 through 3 quarters, 454 yards, a new single-game passing record at St. Francis.
Congratulations, Donnie. I'm sure he'll give that up for a win, though.
He's only 5 attempts away from the all-time record for most attempts in a game.
His arm about to fall off. Here we go, third down, power eye. Single back formation. Ross to the left-hand side of the line. They're going to run it that way. We're going to have a hold. Right? No?
Nope, didn't call it.
Oh, wow. Okay, touchdown by Bubba Jenkins. That's going to extend the lead to 16, 40-24.
Little bounce play, a little stretch play at the outside, runs for the pylon. Thought there might have been offensive lineman's hands outside the framework of the body, but it's never called.
You tried to turn him. Look
there.
Right? Look at that. Come on.
Yeah, you turn him completely around.
It was right in front of the official, too.
Get a no call.
All right. I can run for a touchdown if that's okay. Munson on to kick the extra point. And looks like it's good from here. And it is 41-24 here in the early part of the fourth quarter. I'm not sure how much more that Donnie Buckus can do. He's already thrown for more yards than anyone ever has at this school in a game. He's going to end up throwing more passes than anyone has ever thrown in a game. They just got to get it in the end zone.
Brandon Ruffin, 6 catches for 118 yards and 2 touchdowns. Zach Moreno, 5 catches for 105 yards. But we talk about the other quarterback. Yeah, he's not bad either. Trent Solzma, 21 out of 30 for 385 yards, 4 touchdowns. Connor Niles, 7 catches, 250 yards, 2 touchdowns.
You need a touchdown here.
Or points. We'll take, you're only trailing by 17.
The way that they're moving the ball. See if we can get a good return to start things off right. Lexus Jackson, Jake Rdiger standing back there. Plenty of time after touchdowns here. Let's go. Munson kicks it off. It'll be Rdiger from the 15. See if they can get it outside. Nope. Forced out of bounds around the 30.
Got to pick up the pace here a little bit too, offensively. Execute your plays, but pick up the pace a little bit.
Offense sprints onto the field. It'll be Jordan Smith as the running back for the drive. 2 wide receivers go right. That's Velo and Petersick in the slot. Looks like Lexus Jackson down here wide left. Donnie 3 steps. Looking down the field. Looks long for Ruffin. He had it, but he couldn't hang on at the 50-yard line. Oh, you needed that one.
Put the ball right in the numbers, but a good job by their DB getting a hand in there and knocking that ball away at the last minute. St. Francis defensive guys look tired.
Yeah, they do. Spent a lot of time on the field in that third quarter. Try to run it here with Smith on second down. Nothing. 0 yards to be had.
Yeah, but that goes more to a philosophy that is all involved in football at any level. If you are incomplete on first down, you don't want to be third and long, so you're going to try to run the football. try to get as many positive yards as you can so you not find yourself in a 3rd and long situation.
3rd and long for the Saints.
Having said that.
Blitz shown in the middle. Going to back it off. No, now they're coming. B-gap blitz. Right side for the throw. Underthrown. Peter Zach. Again, it looks like Donnie and the receivers is not on the same page here in the second half. Several times he's underthrown, expecting those dig routes, Coach. And the receivers just maybe are expecting it to come a little bit later.
Well,
Donnie's having a hurry.
You got to be on the same page. You got to read. It might be a side adjustment. It might be something that's called in the huddle. It might be something that if he's playing off when you practice against this all week, you might say, hey, if you give me this cushion, I'm going to break the route off at this.
Here's Nelson. Nice
punt.
Spiraling back. It's going to take a Morningside bounce into the end zone. Barely, though. Just barely. Nice kick by Luke. They're going to take it out at the 20.
He kicked that from the 29?
I know, dude.
He kicked that from the 29, correct?
I think so. (13-15) in the game. Saints offense stalling out here in the second half. They can't get any points on the board. Haven't scored here in the second half. It was 27-24 at halftime. And right now, 41-24. Need a big play by the defense. Spark this team a little bit. Solzma in the shotgun. 2 wide receivers left. They're going to run it. Their big bruiser back left side. He's going to have to be stopped by the safety Woodard after 16 yards. Dante Anderson, the ball carrier.
You can't at this point go all sellout, which means just blitz on every play. But you're going to have to try to force a turnover here, get a momentum change.
Anderson is the back. Who did Jenkins make mad? Play action. They're going to look downfield. All the way down for Versteeg, and another great play by Arthur King.
That's the 3rd time that he's been in trail position, got inside with his inside arm, and deflected that ball away. I'd like to see him, if he can maintain that inside position, try to cut at the last minute underneath it and go for the interception.
But don't miss.
Don't miss is right.
Arthur King, that secondary's having a pretty good game. A couple times they got behind him. But youngster mistakes. Here's Anderson again on the carry.
Nice pursuit.
Here come the linebackers. Down he goes. There to stop him, Cody Renda, the sophomore. Out of the Witch.
Out of where?
The Witch. It's good sandwich, not a sandwich.
Oh, the Witch. Okay.
That's what the kids say, I think.
I'm not hip to that jive.
3rd down here for the Saints. Fans starting to make a little bit of noise here for finally. Let's give them something to cheer about here. 12-12 to go in the game. Across the middle, it is complete, but not enough. Yep, he'll be at the 45. Clock will wind. It's 4th down and 1. You probably punt it away here, right?
You would think, play field position.
They got to think, well, that quarterback over there for St. Francis, his arm's going to fall off eventually. Nope, they're going for it here on 4th and 1. Defense needs a play. Jenkins, the big back. They're going to try the hard count. Yes, and there's the flag on Morningside. They jumped on their own hard count.
That's not going to go well in films tomorrow. Trust me, that will not go well in films tomorrow.
Alexis Jackson, you hear saying, let's go. He's talking to the fans. Let's go. Take Rdiger and Lexus Jackson back to return. It's going to be right at Lexus from the 20. Not much room. Spun down at the 27-yard line. Here comes Donnie. Going to break the all-time pass attempts record in a game.
If I was Donnie on the way back to campus tonight, I'd stop by the baseball pitching coach's office and get a bag of ice from the arm.
Oh, yeah. Just dangling there. There he is, number 8 out of Mount Carmel. Three wide outs right and 2 to the left. We'll spread them out here with 11.5 to go.
That's interference.
Threw a bit behind Ray Velo on that play, knocked away by Roseboom.
I thought he was draped over him before the ball got there. Let's see if we can see it right there. Let's see. Yeah, he had his left arm circled on his back.
Second down and 10, 28-yard line. Donnie, 5-step drop, fires across the middle.
Nice catch.
Valone has some room. First down at the 50. Spinning to the 45.
Secure the ball.
Brought down by Chase Nelson, the safety, and that's a play the Saints needed to make. 25 yards and a first down.
That's a better catch than was a throw. Watch this catch right there. Secures it, gets an extra 15 yards after the catch.
Ray Velo having the best game of his St. Francis career today. 11 minutes to go. Up to the 44-yard line. Donnie quick on the slant. Looking for Jalen Moore, a little bit behind him, and he couldn't hold on.
Those are balls that you got to secure anyway. Watch, it's not that bad a pass. He's got to catch that. He's got to turn around and make an effort to turn his head around a little bit and catch that.
Second and 10. 3-step drop here for Donnie. Looking right, firing on the slant, and Ray Velo had 0 room to work. Third down.
Well, this, I believe, is definitely 4-down territory, so you don't have to get this all in one shot here on third down, trailing by 17. See Donnie, yep, just a little bit off.
Empty backfield here for Butkus. Here comes the blitz. Firing right. Oh. And again, they just can't get on the same page on those quick dig routes. Been working on that this week.
And with that attempt, Mr. Butkus has set the record for most passing attempts in the game, set by John Goolsby against McHenry in 2009 with 57. That was his 58th pass attempt of the game.
Whew. A lot more ahead. Still got 10:50 to go. Punt unit on here, coach. Not going for it on fourth here. High kick, trying to get it to spin back. Oh, right on the goal line, though. 20-yard line for Morningside, and again, the defense going to have to make a play. The defense might have to score here.
Or at least force a turnover deep in the territory, but I don't expect Morningside to put the ball in the air too much. If they do, it's going to be a safe, hitch route or stop route or seam route that it's an easy pitch and catch for them.
Luke Nelson having a pretty good day today. I think you want that one back. I don't know how mad you can be. You drop the ball right on the goal line. You really can't. You have some control over how it bounces, but ultimately, it's you got to get lucky.
It's like the golfers. You get it on the green, be happy. So what, it didn't roll, a foot away from the hole. You know what I'm saying? If me, I hit on the same fairway, I'm pretty happy. You know what I'm saying?
If I can find my ball. Solzman the gun. He's going to run it to Anderson. He's hitting the backfield, and here come the troops. Josh Woodard cleans it up. It's going to be a loss of 2.
Well, I think
or a loss of 1.
Mentally, you got to know that they're going to run the ball. So now that Woodard can come all the way from a safety position and come down into the box and make that play. You know who's the best guy ever I saw here do that?
Who?
Brian Capodici. He was unbelievable ball hawk. He would come from 12 yards back and make a tackle 2 yards deep in the backfield.
Pretty young front seven here for this Saints defense. The secondary, a lot of returners, and Woodard and King and Dorr. They're all having great games today. Very young front seven. Play action, they're going to throw. Double move, they're going to look deep left sideline and diving play. Nope, can't quite get there. He had him. A nice move by Connor Niles. I want to see a double move from Ruffin.
Okay, so do the coach with me. All right, how many times? What's the play clock? 40 seconds, right?
Yeah.
So if you run the ball, that play takes 7 to 10 seconds, usually on average, right? So that means that on average, if you run the ball, you burn what? At least 50 seconds off the clock. So my question to you is, up by 17, why would you throw the ball?
Yep. An intercept. I mean, your chances that more likely than not, it's going to stop the clock. Timeout by Morningside, 41-24.
Think about it. When you throw a football, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. Right?
Uh-huh.
You throw a completion, good. Interception, bad. Incompletion, bad. So the odds are really not in your favor. You know, you think about it kind of like baseball, right? You got the batter, his odds are what? 1 against 9.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so the odds are not with you during that, if you think about it like that. That's what old coaches do.
Oh, absolutely.
They think about things like that.
Yeah, I'd expect him to run the ball on first, second, and third down.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Mustang, nice contingent here from Sioux City. Actually, Morningside's an interesting university, it really is. I think they started off, I think they were like the Chiefs.
Speaking of Morningside, here you go.
What do you got for me?
Give me probably the 2 most famous alumni that ever attended Morningside College.
I have no idea.
Honestly, I'll give you this trivia question. You give me our trivia question.
Okay.
All right. You got it?
I literally have no idea.
Dear Abby and Paul Splittorff, who was left-handed pitcher for Kansas City Royals, both attended Morningside College.
Claim to fame.
See, that's my trivia. What do you got for me?
We'll give you this trivia question coming up after this play. Pass goes out right side for the screen for Berg. He'll take it about 5. All right, we're ready for our trivia question here.
Absolutely.
The Saints' only other matchup with Morningside back in 2011. Which players and coaches from that 2011 team are part of the program today?
Now, see, before you read this question, I would have got 2 of these guys. The third one would have taken me a while to get, but I would have got 3 of these. I would have got the Curry coaching faction.
Yep, Joe Curry, Mike Curry.
And I would have got the receiver guy.
Lexus.
Yep, I would have got him eventually.
He's the only player.
Oh, that's got to be interference.
I think the ball hit him first.
That's got to be, but you still got to give the guy the halo.
Let's see if they talk about it. Jake still got it. Rdiger still has the football. I don't know how he still has the football. The referees are I think they're going to make the right call again.
You still got to give him an opportunity to catch that ball.
See it again here.
No, see how close he is. Right. No, he hit him. Yeah, right there.
See if they end up throwing the flag here. No, I guess not. St. Francis will have it at the 40. We'll get the answer after the first offensive play here. Which Saints were on the program back in 2011 when the last time these 2 teams played? It was a Saints winner in the first round of the playoffs. Pump fake. They're going to look long. They're going to loft it up.
He's got him.
Marino is there. They leap and knocked away by Evans. A little bit underthrown. Here is the answer. You nailed the player, Lexus Jackson. You got the Currys. Joe Curry was the defensive coordinator. Mike Curry was on the coaching staff. The other, Josh Mander.
Would never got Josh.
He was a player, now in a grad assistant. And Will Sinelli, part of the coaching staff as well for a long time. There you go.
How about that?
Lexus Jackson, though, the only player still a player from 2011. Here's Mike Johnson on the carry. Hit out of bounds, shy of the 50. It'll be a good second down pickup. It'll be 3rd down and 2.
Of course, Lexus started here, took some time off,
Yeah,
and he came back.
Started way back, went to COD in 2012.
When COD still had a football program, right?
And then he took 3 years off before coming back because he's taking more classes, but after a 3-year layoff, he's back playing football. So he's like 60 years old or something, I think, at this point. Give it to Johnson, looking for the first down on the ground, and he's going to pick it up over the 50-yard line. Can't run too many.
Is Lexus like on the Mini Minoso plan? You know how Mini Minoso played for 5 decades for the White Sox?
Yeah. He's a freshman in 2011. Still playing now, 2017. First and 10 at the Morningside 49. Blitz not coming. Firing right side from Marino, over his head and incomplete. I don't know if Donnie's been right since he got popped. His balls aren't quite as accurate as they were.
I don't think he really cares, and he would never admit this. But he puts his ball right there in the only spot that his guy can make it maybe a little high, but if you throw it lower, you're always, what? Worried about the interception.
Johnson on the ground. Some offensive line behind him, puts his shoulder down up to the 45. He'll pick up 4 yards. Third down.
Finish the run.
3rd and 6.
So definitely with 8:25 left to go in the ball game, this has got to be 4-down territory for the Saints.
Morningside, I'm not too familiar with a lot of the teams that they play out in the GPAC. Tabor, Truman State, Dordt, Dakota Wesleyan, all coming up on their schedule. Here's Donnie Butkus. Stepping up downfield, and
nice catch.
He was hit before that ball got there, but he made the catch anyway. Jalen Moore, the freshman, with a big first down catch up to the 25. Jalen out of Champaign Central.
It was a nice job. Watch him catch his ball with his hands, bring it into his body right there.
On the ground.
For the first down.
On the ground here with Mike. Nothing there, no gain. 2nd down and 10.
And right now your clock is your biggest enemy rather than Morningside, so sense of urgency's got to be in place here.
Mike Johnson's going to hobble off the field. Looks like a hurt left leg there. Where's Jordan Smith? And go with 5 wide receivers this time. Donnie with an empty backfield here on 2nd and 10. Looking left. He's going to tuck it. Throwing on the run. Has Velo. And he dropped it. Ball on the ground. Was he down? Nope. Fumble. Morningside football.
It's almost a play where if you had thought about it again, he might want to just step out of bounds with that. But you can't blame the effort for fighting for the extra yard. Watch this. Gets it. They just turned to get outside, save the clock. But that ball was loose before his knee hit the ground.
Xavier Spann, a 2-time first-team all-conference player cornerback, making that play, taking it away. Now things get real hard. First and 10 for Morningside. They're back at their own 15-yard line. 7:10 to go in the game. Counter play over to Anderson. We'll make that Jenkins back in the game. He'll take it up to the 14-yard line. No gain on the play. Just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
I think they'll be content with that. They're more worried about running clock than anything else.
Hard count. Got a couple jumps there from the St. Francis defensive line. Nobody leaped too far. The handoff again. That was Anderson, no gain on that play. Brings up third down. They'll take another 40 seconds off. Nope, we'll have a timeout.
I think St. Francis is going to take a timeout.
Timeout for St. Francis. Again on the schedule here for the Saints. An off week next Saturday. And we're on the road in Fort Wayne. You can listen to that game on WCSF. Online as well on WCSF's website. And then it's another week off. And the third game is Siena Heights.
And I don't know. I know the conference scheduling plays into this, but I don't know, you know, best case scenario, you'd want to play, then have a week off, then play again, have a week off, because then it's hard to get in a routine, so to speak.
Yep.
Football players, baseball players, any athlete is pretty much a creature of habit. He wants to know, I do this on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday we play, Sunday we're off, maybe some films, start the whole process over again.
The St. Francis game, not the only game going on in the MSFA. Robert Morris hosting Bacone. Missouri Baptist out at Lyon, and Kansas Wesleyan is at Olivet Nazarene today. Next week's when a lot of the other MSFA schools. The game of the week next week is Thursday. St. Xavier hosting Marion, Indiana. That'll be a fun one.
There might be 200 points scored in that game.
Yeah. Here's third down and 10 for Solsma after the timeout. Looking for Niles, complete. And he stays in bounds. Takes it up to the 28-yard line. That's about a 15-yard pickup and a first down for the Mustangs.
At this level, he's just a really good wide receiver. He had 250 yards of receiving through 3 quarters. He's just a really good route runner and secures the ball well.
St. Xavier comes to Memorial Stadium on October 28th. That'll be a fun game there. Followed by Robert Morris and Trinity. Actually, the last 4 games of the season are at home. Run in the middle. Inside run goes nowhere. They'll lose a yard. The clock will wind down. 5.5.
St. Francis, this might be the most difficult schedule they've had. Well, they have 4 teams or 5 teams that were ranked or received votes in the preseason football poll.
Yeah, they've been good for a real long time. And that guy is a main reason why here lately. Over 3,200 yards last year. Well on his way to that today. Anderson the run. Tripped up at the 32 and pick up about 3 or 4. And there's a timeout called by St. Francis. Here on third down, 4:56 to go here in the game.
But you look at this St. Francis, you play, you're off week, you go to St. Francis, Indiana. You're off a week, you go to Siena Heights. Then you play at St. Ambrose. Then your next home game is October 7th against Missouri S&T.
Never heard of them.
Then you got Lindenwood Belleville, Olivet Nazarene, St. Xavier's, Robert Morris, and Trinity International.
Yeah, the last 4 weeks are going to be fun. And if they can just, judging by what we've seen today, Coach, you get into conference, I think they got a pretty good shot at making some noise. You're not going to play Morningsides every single week.
No, but I mean, you come out of this game right now. You've just proven your offense can move the ball.
Yeah. Now it's putting together 4 quarters, and that's been the thing. You come out the first quarter and a half, we're just on fire. Third quarter a little rough. We're just having a real tough time moving it here in the second half. And we can't say they're having a tough time moving it because Donnie broke the record for most passing yards in a game, so they moved the ball just fine. It's just finishing out those drives with points. On third down, Solsma keeps it. He gets to about the 36. It'll be 4th down. Not a lot of urgency out there as we see the replay.
No, I don't think anything. They're just going to let the clock wind down and punt this football and play defense.
Dave Charnot, the tackle on the play, the nose tackle out of Providence Catholic. Those Celtics.
But I'm excited for the start of football season next week. All the big boys are playing. And how about some of those early season games? You got Florida State and Michigan, or Florida State and Alabama, Michigan and Florida. Are you kidding me?
Wobbler, fair catch called for and made by Rdiger at the 35-yard line. 4 minutes to go. Stranger things have happened, but they need to make some plays. And I don't care what you tell me. I don't think there's anything wrong with his head, Donnie Butkus, but I think after that shot he took, and like you said, he won't admit it. He's not going to tell you there's anything wrong, but he was far more accurate before that hit than he was after. See if he can make some plays here, though. Peter Zach stacked up on the top of the line. Lexus and I think it's Ruffin down there on the bottom. They're going to give it to Johnson on the sweep play right, and he's going to go backwards 7 yards. Nothing there.
And expect Morningside to play a soft zone coverage. They'll give them the dink and duck stuff up the middle, in front of them. They won't let them get beat deep.
You got to start throwing it here. We got to continue throwing it here. Here's Donnie. Screen to Jean, and he went backward. Back to the 28-yard line, now 3rd down.
You see right now just a little bubble screen. Notre Dame was famous for this. Try to get the wide receiver in behind the offensive lineman.
Third down, single safety. See if they bring any more than 4.
I don't think so. I think they're just going to play base defense, put everybody back.
Nope, they're bringing a couple. Short pass gets to Peter Zach out past the original line of scrimmage to about the 37-yard line. 4th down. Clock ticks under 3 minutes.
St. Francis sent out the punt team. Yeah, if it was 4th and shorter, you might go for it, but 4th and 8, I understand the concept.
Hey, I'll never complain about seeing Luke Nelson kick a football. One of the prettiest things there are.
Yeah, 71-yard punt in this ballgame.
It wasn't that big of a hop. There's another beauty. Maybe off his toes a little bit on that one, but the return will start from the 22.
He's got a wall.
Yeah, there goes Connor Niles at the left sideline. It's going to be, look at Luke Nelson with the special teams tackle at the 35. That's pretty much where he kicked the ball from.
I guarantee you he'll talk about that in
Yeah,
films.
he should. Be proud of that there, Luke.
Who says punters aren't football players?
We were out there doing our pregame stuff, and Luke was by us. He's a big boy, man. Luke Nelson, 6'1", 205. And a nice tackle. We'll talk to Coach Joe Curry after the game, get his thoughts, start thinking about what you want to ask Coach. Solsma has it 1st and 10. They're going to run this one. It's Anderson. Pick up about 2 or 3. 2nd down as we tick to about the 2-minute warning. Next week's schedule in the MSFA, Olivet Narrows rains out at Lindenwood Belleville. Siena Heights hosting Northwood. St. Francis, Indiana is out in Maryland, I should say, taking on Jamestown, Maryland. St. Ambrose hosts Dakota State, Taylor and Malone. Trinity International's up at Wisconsin Lutheran, and Robert Morris is at North Central in Naperville. That'll be a really fun game. North Central, a D2 school.
D3 school.
D3 school, pardon me.
And they always have a really good football program.
Yes, they do. That'll be, I might have to think about going to that one. Robert Morris and North Central. Here's Anderson again. He's popped shy of the 1st down marker. $1:20 to go. And Dakota Dorr making a case for a defensive player that I don't think he made. I think it's pretty obvious, isn't it?
I mean, he's been all over all over the football field, especially in the 2nd half. Got double-digit tackles.
Made the play there. It's 3rd down and 4, under a minute to go. Turn and give. Anderson, shoulder down. He's not going to get the first down there, but that'll take us under 40 seconds. There is a timeout left if St. Francis wants it. I don't think they'll take it. That's going to do it. After a very, very fast start by St. Francis, offense stalled out a bit. Couldn't quite get the points on the board. They are scoreless in the second half. And then Morningside showed why they're a top 5 team in the country. And they take down St. Francis here in week 1, 41-24. We'll get Coach Curry following the game. We'll talk about the offense, about what kind of adjustments were made. I think some of the youth shown a little bit.
Well, yeah, but you want that as experience.
Yep.
It's not like this is your conference season. This is your first game of the season playing against the number 4 team in the country, a team that's perennially one of the top 4 or 5 teams in this division every year for the past 13 years. So to put this kind of performance out there in an opening game, there's a lot to learn from this.
Yep.
And as an old coach, you make your most improvement, and you want to improve every game, of course, during the year, but you make your most improvement between your first game and your second game. Plus, with an extra week to prepare, I'm really looking forward to see how they come out against St. Francis.
And I think the energy was there, man. They were ready to play when that opening kickoff happened. But it's a long game, and it's real hard to wear down a team like Morningside who've been doing it for so long at such a high level. I'm really curious to hear what Coach Curry has to say. It looks like he's going to wait till after.
And the thing is, if you're Morningside, you have been there. You have been there. So when they got down 14-0 in the first quarter, you have been there. So you didn't panic. You didn't see any sense of panic in Morningside because 14-0 really didn't seem to phase them too much.
So the official record books need to be rewritten this week. Donnie Butkus sets a record for pass attempts with 65. Get the Tin Man oil out. I got to oil up that arm a little bit. 520 yards through the air for Donnie today, a school record for a single game.
And you can't fault the effort by Mr. Butkus. Plus, he had a couple of receivers over 100 yards receiving for the game for St. Francis, so you can't fault that. But defensively, to come out against this team that averaged over 50 points a game last year and had almost 600 yards of offense per game last year, and to do that with the younger guys, because you take a look at it, the only really experience you had on the defensive side of the football was where? In your secondary.
Yeah.
And they played very, very well today.
Other numbers, Ray Velo, best game of his St. Francis career, 9 catches, 119 yards. Ruffin, 6 for 118, had 2 touchdowns today. Lexus Jackson, pretty good game, didn't find the end zone, 6 catches, 71 yards. And John Pietrzak, his first catch of the season was a touchdown, caught 5 more for a total of 63 yards. A long of 71 yards for Luke Nelson punting. That's impressive. On the ground, Jordan Smith ran it 12 times for 38 yards. Michael Johnson, 13 carries for 25. On the other side for Morningside, Trent Solsma, the quarterback, was their leading rusher as well today. 10 carries for 70 yards. Ponder had 61 yards in a score. Jenkins had 40 in a score. Anderson at the end of the game had 29 yards on the ground. Solsma through the air, not too bad. 24 for 35. He had one more pass attempt than Butkus had completions. 24 for 35, 4 touchdowns and an interception, 411 yards. I'm curious to see if that's a Morningside record. That's got to be pretty close. 411 yards and 4 touchdowns, a long of 82. Catching those passes, Connor Niles, 8 catches, 263 and 2. He caught that 82-yard touchdown pass. Addison Ross had 7 catches for 73 and a touchdown. Chad Berg had 3 for 13. And the running back Ponder had 2 catches for 29 out of the backfield.
So you're telling me on the opening game of the season, we had 65 points put on the scoreboard and over 1,000 yards of total offense.
Oh, I didn't even put it together. Yeah. 5-9, well, just shy of 1,000 yards. Oh, no, that's just passing. That's over 900 yards passing. 930 yards through the air. And total offense, 570 and 611. So Yeah, Morningside had 611 yards.
So we had over 1,100 yards of total offense in this ball game.
Yes.
So now, if I'm a team that plays either of these two teams this season, especially if I'm a defensive coordinator, I'm having a nightmare. So how do you prepare for these two teams? What do you defend? What do you try to take away first?
Try to score.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's no way. There's no way.
Well, let's go down to the sidelines. We have head coach Joe Curry standing by. Coach, good things and bad things. Good things, man. That offense was clicking, especially early on. 570 yards, and I don't know if you were aware, but Don Butkus just broke the record for most yards through the air with 520 today.
No, I was not aware of that. And, you know, at the end of the day, I'm happy for Don, but you know, it wasn't good enough for us to win today. And you know, I just told our guys, I'm proud of our guys. That's a top 5 team in the country, and we had them on the ropes. We did.
Yep.
And you know, we got to shore up some things. We do. You know, and we can't turn the ball over. We got to stop giving up big plays on defense. I don't know if it was anything scheme-wise. We dropped some passes, dropped some balls, and we got our eyes in the backfield and got greedy a little bit on defense, and that cost us.
Yeah, but those are usual first game mistakes, Coach. But I thought the effort overall, plus the intensity, the way you guys came out, I thought you've just proven today to yourself and also to your football team that you could pretty much play with anybody in the country.
That's what I told them. I said, guys, if that's a top 5 team in the country, I'm excited as hell about where we're going to be. You know, if we keep getting the same effort, we got to improve. We do. You know, but if we keep getting the same effort week in and week out from our guys, it's going to be scary as far as how good we can be.
Young guys, a couple of them played pretty good, but especially those veterans out in the secondary. Dakota Dorr was all over the field today, man.
Yeah, he did a great job, you know, and we just preach to those guys all week. Just, guys, it'll come to you. And you know, as DBs, as skill guys, they want their picks, they want this, they want their plays, and Dakota was actually made one for us today, but you know, they just can't get greedy back there. That's what scares me. DBs scare me.
DBs scare him. Hey, one quick question. You got St. Francis your next game, but you have a week off. Are you happy you have 2 weeks to prepare, or would you rather just keep with the routine and play on Saturday?
Well, after today, you know, this was a physical matchup.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I think we're going to have some bumps and bruises. I think it's actually going to help us. When I look at it in the offseason, you never want this game-by-game-by stuff. You never do. But now that it's actually here, you know, I think that we can take advantage of it and take some positives from it and improve as a team and, you know, be ready for St. Francis, Indiana in 2 weeks.
Well, get the lubrication oil out for Donnie's shoulder, get him back ready to go, all right?
How many pass attempts did he have?
65, which is also a single-game record.
Ooh-wee.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
All right, we'll see you guys.
All right, see ya. Okay, Coach Joe Curry, he's taking positives out of the game. I think that's what you got to do.
You have to, but then now's not the time, you know, as a coach, you're like, you never play as well as you thought. You never play as bad as you thought. So when you look at the film, and I guarantee he's going to go back, he's going to look at this film, and so when you break it down, you do your film study, you bring the guys in and say, look, this is what we did, this is what we did not do well, all right? So the things that we did not do well, let's try and improve on it. And the thing about it is St. Francis is very similar, I'm talking about St. Francis, Indiana, to what Morningside does. You know, so there's some similarities. Not like you go from a triple option offense to a run and shoot offense or a spread offense. So that might, you know, play into, you know, preparation.
We're about to wrap it up here out here at Joliet Memorial Stadium. A fun game early on, got away from a bit at the end. 41-24 the final against the number 4 team in the country. Morningside for Brendan and Jessica and everyone here helping make this TV broadcast possible. Another great job. MVPs for sure. So next week we are off. And then it's on the road to Fort Wayne, Indiana to take on the top-ranked team in the country in St. Francis of Indiana. That game will be on WCSF 88.7. You can also check them out on their website. All the information you need is at GoFightingSaints.com. Got some soccer matches coming up later on today, so stick around for that as well. For Coach Joe Curry and Dave Laquetta, Lee Turnbow here next to me. My name's Nick Jacobs. We'll see you in a couple weeks here from Joliet Memorial Stadium, or I should say from Fort Wayne, Indiana, as the 2017 season is underway. It's again the final, 41-24 here at the stadium. Have a good night.